during the most violent scenes so they wouldn't traumatize them. But after testing, they discovered that Kravchenko was not susceptible to hypnosis. Kravchenko would later describe the shoot as the happy recollections of my childhood. After the film wrapped, Kravchenko did not act again for another 13 years. Chapter 3. Making Hell on Earth. From the very start, Klimov had one guiding principle: tell the truth. Klimov's goal was to capture as much realism as possible. Each member of the cast and crew felt a huge responsibility to those who had died. As Klimov said, "I have the will to tell the story for truth, even if it takes 9 months to make the movie, and even if..."
Well, that's what sucks about a lot of American, war films, is we, broadcast ourselves as the heroes and the victims a lot of the time when we're the ones that are, actively just fucking killing innocent people. Not in every instance. I'm not saying World War II films, but every Vietnam film is not everyone, but a lot of Vietnam War films, it's oh, dude, they make you feel for the Americans when it's yeah, we are Americans. Obviously, you're going to have some sort of feeling for them, but it's they're not, they kind of overshadow the fact that we were just effectively murdering innocent Vietnamese people in regular ass situation. Not even not even just hey, we're sending you to war because you have to fight these people. They would just kill innocent fucking families in Vietnam.
If no one watches it. The production designer Viktor Petrov initially tried using pyrotechnics for the explosions. But when Klimov saw the results, he wasn't satisfied. The explosions didn't sound real, they didn't feel real. So Klimov made the ultimate decision that would shock everyone: to use real explosives and live ammunition. This created an atmosphere of real terror among the actors. In one scene, Kravchenko
real terror among the actors, bro, but they could have died.
And a cow were placed in the middle of a field while live rounds were fired around them. Kravchenko was so terrified that he found himself clinging to Klimov after, asking, "Is there anything else?" Klimov told him to go back into the scene. The entirety of the film was shot on location in Belarus. Everything was real. Even the extras, the villagers, were real survivors or descendants of survivors from the Belarusian fire villages.
That's awesome.
To prepare the villagers, Ales Adamovich gathered them in a circle and read chapters from his book. He recounted the testimonies of those who had survived the horrors of war. Many of the villagers had heard stories from their parents or grandparents. Some had survived the war as children. The entire crew was under constant stress. But as the production designer later said, all the hardships helped us. Everyone was under constant strain, and it had a powerful effect on the crew. God himself was helpful to us, for the fog not lifting.
Dude, it fucking blows, man. Ugh. Oh, this is making me sad. This is making me sad. Stop.
For the special effects to work, for the crowd scenes with the locals and army personnel to work in harmony. Chapter 4. Truth.
It's horrible that humans are the biggest threat to ourselves. Obviously we're all gonna die one day, but all of the horrible things that happen to humans, yes, there's natural disasters, yes, there's disease, but most things that you cite historically, it's yeah, other humans effectively murdering, torturing, and committing genocide against other people.
And yet, despite all this gore and
wonder how they showcase utter shock so well.
This is Roger Deakins, widely considered to be the greatest cinematographer.
I never understand how movie actors do that. Fully get into the brain and mindset of somebody living in that instance.
Of all time. And he's labeled Come and See as mandatory viewing.
Conrad Orr used to say he was really trying to create beauty with ugliness. You know, he wanted to make ugly films that were beautiful, which seems a total contradiction. But, you know, how do you film something that is so brutal but engage the audience with it? That's the key to the film, in a way, that the horror is something you imagine right until the end, when obviously you see the real footage, and then Klimov is basically saying, I could have shown you something much worse.
After screening in East Germany, a former soldier who had been stationed in Belarus approached Klimov and said, Everything you showed is true, but I tried to forget about it and never told anyone. Now, when my children see this film, I don't know what to tell them. And for some reason, even decades later, the film seems more relevant than ever before. As the writer Joseph Brodsky once said, in a real tragedy, it is not the hero who perishes, it is the chorus.
Like that, dude, that is, like, this kid's 14 and they made him look so disheveled. Like, he looks like an old man. They do that so well.
Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.
I understand why they chose him, because I feel like he fits the role very well, but it's weird how, like, he's not even an actor, and they were like, nah, we need this kid to be the main actor for this. Director decided that trauma needed to go to another generation when casting the lead. No one wasn't harmed in the making of this movie. Half expected you to say, in this man isn't acting, he was really shot and killed. Why isn't there a hero? I don't glorify war. Damn. There are a few war movies that do that well, though, outside of that. But there are a lot where it's like Inglourious Bastards is one of my favorite movies. But it's not like, I don't want to say it's not accurate. It's a fucking Quentin Tarantino film, you know? Like, it's not a true, like, war movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's war movies that are, like, for entertainment, but also have, like, showing a purpose. But then there's war movies that are like that. And they're actually trying to show you, like, the gritty horrors of I guess, war in general. Hacksaw Ridge. I feel like I saw Hacksaw Ridge in, like, middle school. Yeah. He is a hero, though, in Hacksaw Ridge. Is he not? Oh my god, you guys. This triple decker burger. Oh, it's so good. Like, why would you want to watch that? Bro, the noises make me frustrated. Mm-hmm. Like slurping. Ew. Ew. That's some shit. Yo, this is the motherfucker that's ordering. Yo, when we did that Doug challenge and a motherfucker ordered Frank's fries at Taco Bell, that looks gross. That looks fucking disgusting. No, actually, if you ever have the money and you want to do some dumbass challenge with your friends, do the Doug challenge. Go, yo, I'll have what the person in front of me ordered. And I guarantee you, 8 out of 10 times, they're going to order the most gross-ass meal. Bro, what happened to a motherfucker ordering just a regular burger? What is that? What is that? What is that pink slop on top of those fries? Those are wet. You're dumb as fuck. That looks so good. Yo, that's the problem with the United States, man. Genuinely. Genuinely. You think that looks good. Dude, those fries look bland as hell. They're covered in cheese sauce and they're wet.
They always stick together anyway.
Your mother's so old that her breast milk is powdered. You breastfeed like this.
We got a hot cocoa beignet and a peppermint candy beignet. Let's taste them. Here's one. Don't like it already. Okay. Okay, hot cocoa. That one's pretty good. Trying a normal beignet, but they've been sitting for like an hour or two, so they're not that good. Okay, well that was it for my very short and sweet what I eat in a day.
Notice how none of the food she ate this day is home cooked. And that is something that she does all the time.
Bro, I don't think it needs to be home cooked, bro. That shit just looks... Bro, that is actually just fucking slop.
Because she can afford to eat out all the time.
That looks so bad. Yo, I'm getting mad at the chatter that said that looked good. I'm sorry. Yo, those look like the worst fries ever. They're fucking pale. They look frozen. They look cold. They're sticking together. Dude, are you insane? Those look so bad.
The sad thing about a lot of these accounts is that people actually support them. And it isn't just other obese people who want this unhealthy lifestyle normalized, but but it's actually people that get turned on by it. I found one account during the research of this video by a guy who said he was taking his fitness journey seriously while literally bragging and holding his belly, showing off how fat he'd gotten. And the comments in the video are all love hearts and calling him perfect, while he's literally killing himself by eating massive amounts of food. And although this guy's videos are clearly fetish content, the video that Addy and the others make also feed people's frankly disgusting fetishes, although maybe not directly, but it's still...
It also is like a snowballing effect of people compare their health to those around them a lot of the time. And if everybody around you is absurdly unhealthy and you're also witnessing these people be really, really unhealthy online, it actually makes you feel better about your own health. And like a weird Schadenfreude, you know, pleasure from other people's pain. You're witnessing this person like eat themselves to death. And you're like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not that unhealthy.
Just as bad. It's blatantly obvious too, because when they post a video that doesn't go viral, the only people that are commenting are from men, just posting heart eye emojis about her. And I mean, a feederism fetish has got to be one of the worst that I can possibly imagine. I just can't imagine finding somebody eating their body weight in food attractive at all.
What I ate today as a fatty.
For breakfast, we got cookies.
I don't know. I think like the fat phobia of seeing somebody post this and then making fun of their weight isn't what should be said, right? I think a problem with the social media trends today is like when you see this type of stuff, it's like, okay, well, obviously you shouldn't be like, you go girl, you know, eat the 5,000 calories. You at the same time shouldn't make fun of them, right? Because it's like, that's fucking weird, right? But it's like, hey, like, you should probably stop eating like this. You know, like, that this is going to kill you at some point.
So good.
Pizza.
The edges are...
Like, in the same sense, bro, like, if I smoke, bro, y'all don't make fun of me, but you're like, that's bad, right? It's bad, right? Smoking causes cancer, right? If I smoke weed, that's bad for me, right? I'll say that. But it's like, there's a difference between, like, being fat phobic and then being like, hey... this is unhealthy.
crispy, but you know, it's a little limp. We're just gonna like fold it up.
Like, Addy there is just eating donuts and fried chicken for breakfast with what I'm assuming is a full sugar drink. Probably over 1,000 calories in the meal. And people find that attractive? I'm picking on Addy here because she's one of the most popular in the niche. But she doesn't actually have as insane meals as some other people who post their what I eat in a days, like Heather Ryan does on TikTok. Does anyone believe that she only had one piece of chocolate?
Every shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind of fun.
What's in that, dude?
Shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind of fun. It's really you, but no one ever discovers. In some ways, you're just like all your friends. But on stage, you're a star. You get the best.
Now this is weird because it looks like she just had cheese balls with sweet potato fries, and then a big sundae to finish it off. Like, there's actually no real meal in there. But this isn't the end of the world, as long as she doesn't have too much food afterwards.
Bro, it's like, I don't know. Like, this isn't, are these mozzie sticks? What is that? Like, the potatoes and the peas aren't that unhealthy. Like, I mean, they're seasoned, maybe covered in butter, but, like, that's not bad.
Never mind. And if anyone was wondering, she actually had 18
These were egg rolls. They looked a little thin to be egg rolls.
potatoes on that plate. Heather seems to think that her massive weight is a bit of a joke as well, and actually seems proud about the fact that she eats this much food.
I want my ladies to show.
I think, dude, and that's what I'm saying. I think there's a difference between being proud of your body and then being, like, being aware of the health thing, right? Like, I don't think anybody that's overweight should feel ashamed in their body, right? As long as you're healthy, that's all that matters. But it's like, don't sit there and then eat 5,000 calories on camera and be like, I'm doing fine. Like, no, that's bad.
Off their jawline.
You shouldn't be proud of being unhealthy. Well, there's a difference between people that are just overweight and then unhealthy, right? Like, being like 30 pounds overweight doesn't mean that you have heart problems. But then it's like, okay, now you're eating 6,000 calories a day. That's going to kill you.
If you laugh, you go into hell.
She will probably be over 350 pounds at this point and shows no signs of caring about losing weight. So, as sad as it is to say, I wouldn't be surprised if she suffers a medical emergency.
But it's just hard, man. Like, when if you have like a friend that's, I mean, whether it be you, I'm not making fun of you, chat, genuinely. Like, if you're overweight, I've seen no problem with it. But it's like, from the perspective of a friend, like, you probably know somebody in your life that's overweight. It's hard to bring that up to them because it's like, they're going to perceive it as being judged, you know, when you're perceiving it as like caring. It's like, I don't want to say it's easier. It's never easy to bring up like a friend's addiction, but it's like, I honestly think it'd be easier to be like, hey man, you should stop doing cocaine versus like, hey man, you're kind of fat. Cause like, imagine from that person's perspective, like if you're like somebody that does a bunch of cocaine and your friend comes to you and they're like, you should stop doing coke. You'd probably go, you're right, man. Versus your friend coming up to you and being like, hey man, I'm kind of concerned, you know, you're getting pretty heavy. And like, that's getting to a point where like, you might have a heart attack at a young age. You might get diabetes. Like your friend there's no nice way to bring that up. You know what I mean? Like, how do you nicely bring up to your friend that like, you think they're going to die young because they eat too much? You can't. Like, so you just sit there and it's like, you know, like you love the friend, but it's like, what do you say? So you want them to lie? No, you just don't bring it up. That's the problem. So then everybody sits there and you watch that happen, right? Whether it be you or your other friends, your friends are like, I'm letting you know if that's you, your friends know, and they've talked about it, right? I'm being dead ass. If that's you, right? Your friends want to bring it up to you, but they don't. Not because they don't care. It's just like, how do you, in a non-rude way, tell your friend you think they're getting to an unhealthy level of weight? You can't.
In the near future. Honestly, I haven't got
That's so sad. It's a problem in the US, man. Like, you just can't bring it up.
much else to say about these fat TikToks. I just find them disgusting, and I seriously hope that TikTok and Instagram stops these creators from being able to monetize themselves eating massive amounts of food and normalizing obesity.
Because they know, you know, it's not like they're oblivious to it. It's like, so it's like you're just bringing something up that's like, it's just going to come off as rude. Like if you have a friend that gains 50 pounds in 2 years in just fat, like not muscle, like you're going to witness that and you're going to be like, oh, wow. Like you're like in your head, you're going to go, you know, you should probably lose weight, but like, you're not going to say that to them because that's fucked, right? It's like, even if you're coming from a caring perspective,
I will say it is
gotta be real with them. I mean, yeah, but it's just like, I get it being tough.
just Instagram and TikTok that allow this now. YouTube actually demonetized my video about the craziest meals of my 600-pound life because they want to steer people away from
Telling your friend that's addicted to cocaine is the same thing. No, see, here's the problem. You tell your friend that they're addicted to cocaine and they need to stop. They could just stop. But if you tell your friend that you think they're overweight, then they're gonna feel like insecure eating around you. You know what I mean? Like anytime they ever eat unhealthy around you, they're going to feel insecure, right? They're going to feel like you're judging them, right? Even if you're not, right? That's the problem. It's like if you tell your friend you should stop doing cocaine, he's going to be like, yeah, I should probably stop doing cocaine. And you could judge him when he does coke. You could be like, you shouldn't do that, right? And now imagine you tell your friend, hey man, like I'm getting concerned about like your weight. Like I think you should lose weight. Then you and him go out to eat fucking 3 months from then, and he orders like cheesecake for dessert. In the back of his head, he's going to be like, this guy's judging me.
making this type of content. It just means
Quitting cocaine isn't that easy. I know, dumbass. I'm saying it's easier to fucking judge somebody for doing coke than it is for fucking eating a cheesecake, okay? I'm saying, like, do you understand the point that I'm trying to make? I'm saying your friend's not going to feel insecure when it like your friend already knows coke's terrible, right? If you're doing cocaine, you know that's fucking horrible for you. But if you're eating a cheesecake, you could reasonably be like, all right, that's not bad for me. Even if you're like on a diet, right? People that are losing weight still eat bad here and there, right? You're giving yourself a cheat meal, right? But they're constantly going to feel like bad about eating around you.
I need to be a bit more careful.
It's like this fucking, it's like an unseen, like it's such a complex problem that on surface levels, like just tell them they need to lose weight. It's not that easy.
What I say in videos. Now, this was a bit of a different style of video for me, and if you want me to look at more What I Eat Today TikToks, let me know and send me some on Instagram at BigCraigYT. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. And if you like this
Oh my god, man. That was like a really upsetting video, dude. Feeder content, nobody makes noises like that when they eat. Oh yeah, no, if you're moaning, I'm not a food addict, I'm an alcohol addict. Imagine if I made what I drink in a day videos that were me slamming shots at Everclear. That's what I'm saying. It's normalized. It's normalized. If you're like what I drink in a day, and then it's like you're just fucking on your 15th beer on a fucking Wednesday, you'd be like, yo, you're an alcoholic. Like, that would be like, you're like, dude, you're killing yourself. Like, this is bad. Right? But with food, it's like such an obscure problem because you need to eat. And people, everyone eats like shit. Right? It's just the level and consistency of shit people eat that skews the numbers. And then it's like, okay, well, what do you say? Okay, so we're bringing you to go extract dinosaur blood. You worked in the military and like covert shit. What the hell does that have to do with going to stab a T-Rex? Okay? You have your skill transfer. That's like you being a pro in Rocket League and being like, I'm a Rocket League pro. And we're in fucking Vietnam. And we're in Vietnam, you know? We're loading artillery and you're like, don't worry, I was SSL. That means about jack shit to me. What the fuck does that have to do with this?
It's as if somewhere along the way, almost every actor has taken the substance and transformed into a kind of picture-perfect version of themselves. Not a single wrinkle, not a hair out of place, and completely smooth skin. The best we'll get is maybe a small smear of dirt or a tiny...
The worst that I despise is movie scenes where they're like so fucked. They've been surviving in the wilderness. They, you know... fighting limb to limb to survive, and then you see their teeth pearly white. They've been in the jungle for 6 months, and they fuck up their face, and they make them look, you know, all messed up, and then they're like, and you see the glare off their teeth. I'm like, yo, it's not like why we can't tint their teeth yellow to make this look more real.
Cut. And they look great, but when everyone looks perfect, things start to get a bit stale.
Well, see, no, that scene's different because that's just Vin Diesel, right? That's Dom Toretto. Vin Diesel after plunging a burning car into dirty water. It's Dom Toretto.
And they look great.
Dom Toretto's fucking a badass.
But when everyone looks perfect, things start to get a bit stale. And sure, this isn't every single actor working today. You can still find distinct looking people, but it seems like it is the majority of them. In an article from
That's what I was saying.
2021, Raquel S. Benedict likens our body to become an investment in which we have to maximize our value through looking good. We're reduced to a collection of features like perfect skin or a strong jawline. The body is not—
Oh my god, what is that thing called where it's supposed to give you a better jaw? Bro, just like chew gum. I never understand that shit. Jawzercise, I think is the name of the product.
Features like perfect skin or a strong jawline. The body is no longer the vehicle through which we experience joy and pleasure, but a status symbol that needs to be constantly presentable to the world.
Put your greasy tits away, you preening slut.
For actors, this is taken to the extreme, especially for women. They can never age or show any imperfection. They need to be a bankable star, and a big part of this is looking good on camera.
Pretty girls should always smile!
Let's take hairlines as an example. Sure, Andrew Garfield probably got a hair transplant because he thought it would improve his appearance, but also because it's better to have a smaller forehead as a leading man. And with modern technology, if you can fix this, why wouldn't you?
Yes, Sergeant!
This just wasn't the case in the past, hence a wider spectrum of hairlines and a bigger aesthetic variety.
I wouldn't touch one hair on his goddamn little head.
But today, this is becoming increasingly noticeable, and more people are—
But it's when they're playing a role. I think you want a smaller forehead when the main character is 40 or below. But if you're a main character in your 50s as a guy, having a perfect hairline is almost off-putting. Because the average man in his 50s is going to either be bald or have a receding hairline. Like, without a doubt.
Commenting on it, and here are a few things they've said. I miss actors having normal teeth, and then a picture of Tom Cruise from The Outsiders.
Check this out, buddy.
It's so annoying and just plain boring that everyone has the same teeth, the same body. I miss people looking—
Okay, well, the Barbie movie is a bad example because Margot Robbie is supposed to look uncannily perfect. Like, I was going to mention the Barbie movie where she's supposed to look perfect, right?
Different and interested.
Restroom and make sure my hair is perfect.
I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers last night, and it stood out to me that while Sutherland is hot, he's also clearly in his 40s. Like, if Hollywood wanted to make a movie of a 40-something A-lister playing a middle-aged health inspector, who would they cast? Ryan Reynolds? Chris Evans?
I got this.
We no longer have leading men who are good-looking and charismatic, but also don't look like they wake up at 5 AM to hit the gym. On Twitter, someone was talking about the 1974 movie Taking of Pelham 123. They said it's weirdly invigorating to watch a movie where every actor has an incredible face, and they all look normal, like no veneers in sight.
This is supposed to be a democracy.
Old actors have more grace than current ones. We can't have a truly accurate cast for the Beatles because they just don't make weird, crusty-looking young men actors like that anymore. I miss casting movies that weren't all A-listers or trying to be. Sometimes just having normal-ass people in your movie make...
I have been complaining about the fact that... Oh, wow, this guy plays the serial killer in Dexter. Anyways, sorry. I don't even know this guy's name, but I just recognize the face. I've been ranting about how I don't like that the new actors, like Gen Z actors, it's like there's like 5 of them. there's like 5 of them. Whenever you see a big new movie coming out, it's never like a random actor playing the main role. It's always somebody that's like super famous. And I think it's this idea, too, from Hollywood that, like, what gets ticket sales is mainstream actors. And it's true to a degree that, like, if you see a movie that's coming out and it has a famous actor in it, you're more likely to go see it. You know, like, if Jacob Elordi, is in a movie, you're going to be like, well, I kind of want to go see that. But if Jacob Elordi's not in the film and it's just, like, some random guy that isn't that super attractive... or woman for that matter, it's like, you know, it's the same thing. The level of popular actors is like, it's a smaller pool now.
Makes it feel more realistic. To which someone replied, convinced this will be the downfall of the Odyssey. Which brings us on to perhaps a good label to put on this kind of perfect looking A-lister we see today. iPhone face. It's hard to define, but I think it's basically this kind of pristine look that most actors seem to have. It's why some people look out of place in period pieces, because they've got a modern haircut or their teeth are too white. They're striving for a kind of look that didn't really exist before the 21st century. And this speaks to a kind of aesthetic that many modern movies have. They're perfectly lit, the set perfectly designed, the actors in perfectly clean clothes. But this kind of perfection just makes it all look boring. It's the messiness of a normal...
And it doesn't bring... The immersion's not there. Like, I want to see some shit where, you know, their couch is fucked up. Like, you're supposed to be this, like, struggling artist in this film, and you're playing, like, somebody that's broke. Meanwhile, yeah, your apartment's small, but you have, like, a brand new couch, and your carpet's perfectly clean, and you have no crumbs on the floor. There's no, like, weird marks on the walls, you know? Like, every regular room for somebody, you're going to have, like, a scratch or a hole in the wall. Like, why don't they have that? Method acting? Well, not even method acting for the actor. I'm more saying, like, the sets just suck.
Or the dirt kicked up from horses, the colour of the set, and the way it's lit. We're losing a sense of personality not only in how actors look, but in how films in general look.
Hello?
Digital cinematography has given everything the same kind of Netflixy feel. Look, this isn't every movie, and it's not every actor. If you look for it, you can find interesting looking people.
Oh, that movie was so fucking stupid. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna get so mad if... Dude, every time he shows that Jurassic Park movie. Where if you don't know, there's like this... They're going... Okay. So, in the Jurassic Park movie, the new one, dinosaurs exist, but they only can live at the equator, and you're not allowed to go to the equator. This stupid fucking family is driving a boat through the equator, and they get capsized by a dinosaur. Shocker. They all freak out. The boyfriend's a dick, blah, blah, blah. They end up getting picked up by Scarlett Johansson and her crew, which is trying to extract dinosaur blood to, like, cure cancer. That's the plot. Right, like, it's trying to, like, cure cancer, extend people's lifetimes. It's gonna, like, make people immortal or some shit, right? And you're just sitting here like, oh, okay. They don't even explain why. And they get on this boat. They end up getting separated. And the family is, like, struggling to survive in this area. And they're like, none of them die, by the way. Spoiler. Which is, like, so stupid. Because, you know, this is, like, a family of 5 that has no survival expertise. and they just get lucky at every corner. It's just like full plot armor. And while they're all like struggling for their life and like running from these crazy dinosaurs, one of their daughter like befriends this tiny dinosaur. And I'm like, dude, she would be terrified of that motherfucker. Their boat got capsized by a dinosaur. She's never seen dinosaurs in real life like this. They land on this island. They're getting chased by dinosaurs, and she sees this baby dinosaur that's like cute or whatever, and she's like, aw. I'm like, oh, hell no. She would not like walk up to that thing. Dude, everybody would be traumatic. I would be scared to walk up to anything that was moving.
People in modern movies, but this whole change in how actors, and by extension movies in general, look is a natural result of an industry that's afraid to take risks. Movies need to make money, so they minimize anything that could theoretically make the film less successful, but in the process, remove what makes it special. Both films and actors aren't ugly anymore. They're not dirty anymore or bruised anymore. No one looks normal, and everyone looks perfect, and this is a problem.
It's worse than Hubie Halloween. No, Hubie Halloween is a bottom 3 film. I love Adam Sandler. I think that when he plays that role where he does that like, ooh, I don't know. I just have some soup in a bowl. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. That's like so fun. It's so annoying. And it's like he's not playing the role well. It's like he has like 5 characters and one of them's like a quirky, weird guy that he plays. And he does the same thing in Waterboy. And it's like, oh my God. And no, it's just, dude, it's so, I can't get over it. And there's Adam Sandler movies that I love. I just think that those movies are unbearable. Actually, no, Jack and Jill's worse than Hubie Halloween. Jack and Jill was the worst movie that he's ever made. I gotta piss again, and we're gonna hop into the next movie.
How much of a person would you have to eat in order to be considered a cannibal?
Ooh, good question. I would say it's less the amount and more the intent. Is that fair to say? Because if you accidentally ate like the fingertip of a person, don't ask how you would ever be in that scenario. But let's say you know a guy named Eric Cartman and he makes you chili for a chili competition and you eat it. Are you now a cannibal? No. Or like an unwilling? I don't know. If I'm just going off the amount alone, I'm going like more than a finger. Like if you ate that, you're not a cannibal. Like a digestible amount of food. Like if you ate, because at that point, are you a cannibal for eating like your hangnails? I don't do that. I'll bite my hangnail, spit it out, but like there's people that eat like their fingernails. Are they cannibals? No.
Because you can eat 3 people.
Well, but then like, slips down the stairs. Human bone, legally.
They're a cannibal. You have all sorts of...
I love how he left in like random bits of the conversation and just full skipped everything else. Well, legally, hard cut.
The second person, 2 kilograms of their friend. They're on rafts.
Because I bite my nails like, I've kissed a guy. Probably a cannibal.
Dicks do you have to suck? I just drink it when it's available.
Taste it as I go. 2 dicks.
Drink 4 in one evening. RFK is going after Tylenol now.
Everyone comment down below how much human you need to eat before you're considered a cannibal.
I want to see the answers. Nobody gave an answer. Are you fucking kidding me? No one answered. They're all talking about the fucking video itself.
Hi subreddit.
This is all the brick that is left in the fridge. This is all I need to eat before everything is done. Ignore the fact that one of them is sitting on a frozen pizza.
They all look really different. Like this brick looks more appetizing than this one. This one has chunks of food in it. And what do you think that chunk is? I hope like tofu maybe, or like part of the egg.
Fun fact, when you eat healthy food, you end up feeling healthy. I felt better this week than I have all year. Workouts have been easier, running has been easier, I've been feeling focused, there's been like a strange level of clarity. I felt so good, in fact, that me and Cody went to a J-Rock concert that night. And this concert went pretty late, there wasn't a lot of time to make dinner, so Cody instead opted to just eat a bag of popcorn. The energy from the concert also seems to have given me this weird, radical idea. I wanted to see how quickly I could eat my nightly brick without vomiting.
Oh, he's gonna speed run it like a hot dog.
So here's that.
3, 2, 1, start.
Ooh, it's a lot softer than I thought it would be.
How is Oh, I'll let you stop the timer when you're done. Minute 36.
A minute 36. Dude, that is food maxing to the fucking limit. An entire nightly meal, that was probably like fucking 600 calories down in a minute.
50 milliseconds. That's pretty good. We'll finish off this popcorn.
Can I smell the bag?
I'm a mess.
Oh, bro, huffing that shit like fucking gasoline.
Holy shit.
Lead paint. What is the best smelling food? Bacon's top 5. Bacon's top 5. I would say that something like that's really I'm gonna go garlic. Garlic when you're hungry. Lingering garlic is disgusting, but like a good like caramelized onion or garlic that's like on a skillet, oh, that's fucking goated. Popcorn smells good. Yeah, like a buttered popcorn's pretty good. Cookies, yeah, like fresh baked goods or like a nice pizza. There's so many good foods that smell fucking amazing. Cinnabon smells nice. Cinnabon also kind of smells like you're walking through chemicals. Like if I had to work at Cinnabon for a day, I feel like I'd throw up.
I had enough sleep debt to warrant me sleeping until 5 p.m. apparently, so when I woke up, it was immediately time for dinner. For tonight's dinner, I decided that I should probably just use everything that was about to go bad in the fridge, so I ended up making something that I like to call Kodakai's Mountain of Slop. Fun fact, that's also the name of my pants after I just drenched them in semen.
How well after an expiration date are you eating like a meat if it's frozen? I've gone months if it's frozen. I don't know if there's like a guide on that. If I froze food before expiration date, how long is it good for? Indefinitely good? Huh. Really? So if I threw chicken in the freezer and left it for a year, I could eat it. No. I think the quality, it might be safe, but the quality would go down. Oh, it says recommended meat and poultry 3 to 4 months. I was gonna say, I've eaten like, he was saying it was about to go bad, just toss it in the freezer. I like, the second I go grocery shopping, I just throw shit in the freezer. Leave it for a month, no problem.
I think this would taste better if I couldn't see your food. I don't want to do this anymore. Like you made... That is the concept of dog food.
I've made human dog food.
I'm surprised he didn't switch from kimchi, because I feel like the kimchi would get pretty disgusting too after like 5 straight days of just eating kimchi every day.
Maybe it'd taste better if I made them into like little kibble bites.
Pour them into ice cube trays.
Ow, ow, ow! What was that? He just leaves the room.
On day 6, I had a bunch of errands to run, so for the first time, I packed my brick to go. I imagine eating this in public is something like shitting yourself on the bus because, like,
I don't know. I would think that if somebody whipped that out in public, I would think that it's some fucking protein bar.
Everyone can smell it. You just gotta lock in and pretend nothing happened.
It smells that bad.
My errands involved picking up Callum from the airport because
I think ripping ass in a packed, like, subway is probably one of the safest ways to fart. It's disrespectful, but nobody's gonna pin it on you. Like, if you're just ripping ass in a fucking subway, like, you're gonna be like, yeah, it's somebody within my fucking 5-person vicinity.
I've mentioned, it's Cody's birthday. Callum came to celebrate Cody's birthday. And speaking of
bars, too. I've done a drive-by fart before.
I made IKEA meatballs for dinner with a special creamy sauce. I also made a cocktail for Callum, and now we have a full penis worth of food to go through. I wonder how Callum's gonna react to the brick.
That is, you know, I saw pictures of that. Oh, you know what this looks like? You know those, like, channels on TikTok and Instagram that are like, I keep adding stuff to this tub until I create life. That's what this looks like.
Wait till you see...
They just fucking, like, when they're trying to do those, like, creating alien life videos.
The video on how I made it. You see that blue recycling bin?
That's not a good start. Is this a recipe you made yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Don't say it like you're proud.
I can read you the recipe really quick. So it's 9 cups of oats, 14 sweet potatoes, 2 kilograms of tofu.
I feel like that's not bad if it stopped there. Because sweet potatoes is like gonna add some mild sweetness. The tofu is like nothing.
28 eggs. Do you plan to sell this commercially? Mr. Beep, I have an idea.
Mr. Beast food maxing bars. Dude, Feastables would sell that shit like crazy. They would just dump like 8 fucking kilograms of sugar into it.
And now day 7, this is it.
You only need to eat this.
War is over. I plan Cody's.
If you just eat this, then everything, dude, oh my God, you want to see one of the craziest marketing things that I've ever seen in my entire life? This is so off topic. But if Mr. Beast or any company ever did that, that is like pure monopoly. If you marketed something as like, hey, you only ever need to eat this, you have a customer for the rest of your life. The thing I saw though was the one roll. And it's like a new thing that I think it's Charmin is doing it. And it's like a big fucking roll that is supposed to last like a month. And people were like, why is Charmin doing this? Nobody wants this. Charmin replies and they're like, well, you buy the starter kit and it comes with your own holder and it lasts you a while. It's efficiency. No. Charmin's doing that because they're the only company that sells that. So if you buy one and you have the holder, now you're a Charmin Ultra Soft customer for the rest of your life. So even if only like 10,000 people buy it, it's just, they're just selling you industrial size rolls at market value. Like they're saving money. They're selling you a starter kit too that you have to buy. And now you're only going to buy the fucking one roll. Like it is the highest IQ thing they could fucking do.
Party for him since he's been so busy with med student stuff. It was Cartoon Network themed. We had a bunch of friends over. We played games. I made ricotta bites. I came in my pants. And this is where Cody showed up behind the kitchen with a little surprise.
Hey, go. Terrible war. I made something for you.
What is it? Oh, it's a Pinot.
I don't know what possessed him to offer me food when I had half a brick left in the fridge and mere hours left before I ate it. I ate the fucking food. I ate it. I cummed myself too many times and it came full circle. Literally. I am the two-dick cannibal. Now, why did I do this? Frankly, he's the birthday boy. You can't say no to the birthday boy. Look at that.
Well, it's the last 3 hours of the challenge, bro. He has like a kilogram of the fucking, or he has like a pound of the food left.
Smile. How can you say no to that face? So yeah, I ended the challenge literal hours before I would have succeeded. Cause yeah, I want to sit down. I want to enjoy food with a group of people. Sue me. Also, I have no idea why I was doing this in the first place. I just kind of thought of it and I was like, yeah, that'd be a funny video idea. And I guess maybe it was. I don't know. I'm calming myself. So that's the end of the video.
He has said that like 15 times.
Happy birthday to Cody. Lots of love to all the friends that came over. I don't do this. I mean, I guess it's good for you. I don't know. Don't do this.
I do wonder if it is nutritionally better for you to eat everything that you would need in one sitting versus spacing everything out. Do you think this is better or worse for you from eating the regular food? I feel like it's probably, I feel like on paper it's better, but your body probably processes shit in a weird way where like you kind of want to be on a sliding scale of multiple things at once versus just always food maxing and then going down and food maxing. Like you're constantly just draining yourself. Maybe that's why he's using the word cum so much. Anyways. When AI gets an innocent man arrested, lock in.
So, very, very peculiar. Peppermill has this pretty sophisticated artificial intelligence software that analyzes faces of previous trespassers. And they get a 100% match on this guy who, whenever they trespassed them before, presented an ID that had a different name. They look like the same exact guy.
I'm not Mike. I don't know nothing about Mike.
So either he is who he says he is and he's not have ever actually trespassed, which I doubt because their software is pretty cool. And
their software is pretty cool. Software's pretty cool. You know, Mike probably has a fake ID that says he's a different guy. He's probably putting on this whole facade so he could trespass in this building again.
The fact that he's acting super suspicious. I'll be 100% honest.
He's acting super suspicious. He's acting how any person would under the presumption that you're getting trespassed for something you didn't, or you're getting trespassed when you didn't. You're getting accused for a crime that you didn't commit. Yes, you're probably going to be a little fucking angry or, you know, I guess rejecting, defensive. you're being a little suspicious. You're being a little defensive. Maybe because he didn't fucking do it.
Could legitimately be you have a doppelganger running around.
Well, unless I've gone crazy, I'm pretty sure it's not me.
Nightmare
Oh my God, they actually brought him to jail. Dude, he's probably going to sue the out of these people.
Reality at a Reno, Nevada casino when AI facial recognition technology misidentifies someone, leading to a wrongful arrest and lands an innocent man behind bars.
I don't want to say that this is good for him, because this sucks. Like, this shouldn't happen to anybody. But isn't he going to get an absolute bag? Like, I don't see how he's not going to make millions of dollars off of this fucking casino or whatever that trespassed him, because they illegally detained him off of AI and brought him to jail.
What good is the ID?
And he showed identification, right? He proved he was who he says he is, and they still just arrested him.
Then why do I even carry that mother?
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please.
I don't understand why they can't just scan his ID. Don't cops have that, like, in the system? It'd be different if he had a fake ID of a person that didn't exist. You know, they're like, this, hey, here's my ID. They scan it, it bounces. And they're like, this isn't a real person. Versus him literally being like, he's like, dude, I'm not Mike. This is who I am. And they scan it, and they're like, oh, yeah, no, that's you.
Note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On September 17, 2023, the Peppermill Casino calls the Reno Police Department to report that a trespasser has unlawfully returned to the casino. They report that they have the man in custody, but he's claiming...
Yeah, I don't think it really helps that AI is scanning images of this guy in 240p. Like, he has a very regular white guy look. You know, I don't think AI, a very sophisticated AI system,
to go by an entirely different name than the man they've previously trespassed. Officer Richard Jagger arrived.
White guy in a black shirt. ChatGPT, 100% match. 100% match, that's him.
Arrives at the casino at 5:48 a.m.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
What?
Oh, thank God you're here.
The man declaring his relief at the sight of the officer is 40-year-old Jason Killinger, who is accused of...
Oh my God, no! And he's happy the cop's there because the fucking casino security fucking detained him. So he's just been sitting in the back room like, oh, thank fuck, the cops are here.
Trespassing at the Peppermill Casino.
So,
oh my God.
What's going on?
So we got this system generated alert. Prior trespasser.
Okay.
And we made contact and arrested him, and he claimed that wasn't him. And so we're just trying to.
If they have him trespassed, shouldn't they have, like, I mean, I don't know if they're legally allowed to do this at a casino, but if they're trespassing somebody, shouldn't they have fingerprints of him, and then they would just see that it's not him?
Did you guys make fun of him if it's with him or not?
So what's the issue, you guys? Did he have a different driver's license or a secondary one, or has he got more property than just this one?
Just those effects right there, and that's it.
1 second, pal.
But no other forms of identification. Things in his pocket.
You guys ran this information through our dispatch?
Through your guys' dispatch?
Couldn't the casino run his ID and see that it's a real ID? Wait, what? When you gamble and they ask for your ID, they'll put it into a machine that fucking scans your ID. And so I feel like I don't understand why they couldn't just scan this guy's ID and be like, no, that's real. Like, it's not a fake. Like, even bars have that. Not all bars, but like club bars that have bouncers. Like, they just scan your ID.
No.
Fakes can scan, though? Yeah, fakes can scan when you're 19 trying to fucking get into a bar and drink because you're a teenager. What fucking 45-year-old man is getting a fake so he could go to a casino, a fucking Peppermill casino? Like, what?
But after hours, comes back as that being who he says he is.
So he's saying he ran it, and it's we ran it, and it's saying he's not the guy that we trespassed, but it's weird because the AI's saying it isn't.
It's on his ID, but that's what we went off right there.
Yeah, and this is one of those things, you guys have this fancy software that does all this stuff, so it's like...
Officer, what's your name?
1 second, man.
A few months earlier, a man named Michael had been trespassed from the casino for
They do look eerily similar. They do look eerily similar.
sleeping on the premises.
All right, man.
Maybe, I don't know. Oh, they look so similar. Fuck.
So this is who you are?
There's probably a million people that look like that. That's what I'm saying, bro. Isn't there a type of face that you interact with on a daily basis that's like so common? And I'm not saying like, oh, you have a common face, but like, dude, old people, like an old white man wearing a hat. There's like, dude, you could think of a guy, like think of that face. There's probably a million people that look like that. Like like side by side, you'd be like, are you twins?
On the premises.
All right, man. So this is who you are?
Yes. What, Miss Jagger, is your first name or last name?
Last name.
All right, Mr. Jagger. Yes, that is who I am. I drive the semis for UPS. I am not Mike. I don't know nothing about Mike. I'm a craps player here. Look, there's my socks for UPS. Can you please, you got a gun here. Will you please take me out of these cuffs? My shoulders are killing me.
You're going to sit there for a minute, man. So, when he gave you this information, did you guys verify it against an ID, or how does that work?
So, in that report there's an ID on there as well, and we can show you that one.
Okay.
Jason, a long combination vehicle driver, had been playing craps until about 3 a.m. when he decided to leave the Pepper Mill and go to the Atlantis casino. On his way out, he stopped at a blackjack machine and started playing. There, he was approached by a security guard who addressed him as Mike. When Jason clarified that he was not Mike and presented the guard with his driver's license, the guard apologized and walked away.
Should have been it. Should have been it. Yo, are you Mike? No. Can I see your ID? Regular security's allowed to ask for your ID at a casino. Give him the ID. Oh, okay, sorry. Walks away.
However,
how does it keep going?
Jason attempted to leave, he was surrounded by security guards and handcuffed. He was told that he was under arrest for trespassing.
Just need a break. My shoulder's killing me.
What do you think the actual Mike got trespassed for? Just being like belligerent, like getting too drunk at the casino?
So that's the ID that he presented.
Oh, it said sleeping? Sleeping? You get trespassed for falling asleep? I go to Atlantic City, and there are people that actually piss themselves at the slot machine and keep playing. But if you fall asleep, what, like a homeless guy?
Hey, look at the nose.
Yeah. Huh. Weird. Very weird. Right, let me snap a picture of that. I'll run both names.
The casino's AI facial recognition software positively identified.
Nah, actually, when you do look at it again, this guy's skull is wider.
Jason as Michael, the man they had trespassed.
Let me step out this way, I get better reception.
Yeah. The only thing that was weird is that we'll have to, lift him up and see how tall he is.
Yeah.
It's
They didn't measure his height to see.
Because that says he's 5'9", and that says 6'1".
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, why did they even call the cops? I feel like that is 5'9" and 6'1". What? I'd be like, yeah, let's just measure me. The guy's 5'9". I'm not 5'9".
This isn't the only difference between Michael and Jason's IDs.
All right, now that I'm seeing both of their IDs, they look nothing alike. Like, these are clearly two different people. Oh my God.
Jason is listed as 7 years younger than Michael.
He has blue eyes. He's 7 years younger. He's fucking, 4 inches taller and 50 pounds more.
And says that he weighs 50 pounds more. As well, the signatures are different. In his report, Officer Jagger wrote, quote, "The associated demographics on each driver's license were fairly similar, with the only major distinction being hazel and blue eyes, which are by their very nature similar eye colors and are dependent upon lighting."
And the pictures are...
Imagine Jagger goes to the guy, he's like, You get that leg lengthening surgery, boy? So you put on a few pounds, change your eye color. You're wearing fucking contacts, aren't you? I bet you fucking got that metal rod shoved in your fucking leg. That's why you're 6'1", just so you could come back to the Peppermill, eh?
Harry, I mean, the nose.
You want to keep playing fucking craps? I bet your dumb ass wants to. I bet you have plans to fall asleep here again.
And then we have our
Call you a little napper.
new system, our new facial recognition system, and that's what it's telling us. It's telling us that it's looking at it and it's doing that. And then there was another one that came up when he was at the RTRK, which is one of our better cameras. This was right before we arrested him. We looked at it and said, "That's him."
99.8%. Dude, from the imagery, it does look like him.
And it came up
100%. Okay.
100% match.
Yeah. So if the software's saying it, that it's legit.
Right. And it's
so
it's pretty damn accurate.
So either he presented a fake
AI from 2023. I feel like AI from 2023 was not that good.
a fake identification the first time, or he's presented.
When top 10 worst years in human history.
Around for roughly 200,000 years. And honestly, most...
Let me guess a few of them. Something with the Black Plague. World War II when the bombs dropped. In human history, I was going to say in history, probably when the meteor hit the dinosaurs. Humans weren't around then. 2008. Why? The housing market crash? Y2K when the world didn't end.
that time was spent dying in pools of our own diarrhea.
2020. I don't think like COVID years are top 10 worst years in human history. Yeah, Holocaust. That's why I said World War II.
So when you think of the worst years in human history, it's basically all of them. But that would be a boring video. So let's be prisoners of the moment and allow recency bias to cloud our analysis as we rank the top 10 worst years to be alive in human history. Number 10, 1918. This year kicks off with a
I feel like that was a pretty fire year now. Wasn't that right before the Roaring 20s? Roaring 20s was like a great time to fucking like be a middle-class American.
little something called the Spanish flu.
Unless you were black or a woman or a minority or a non-white man or disabled. Okay, so maybe it wasn't a great time to be alive during the 1920s.
Surprisingly, this flu wasn't
or gay. Yeah, okay.
Actually from Spain, but it was still no bueno. Exact numbers for the death toll are kind of hard to pin down.
Oh, Spanish flu.
But estimates range from 20 to 50 million human deaths globally. The Spanish flu was
50 million deaths. How many people died from COVID? 7.1 million. Wow. So Spanish flu was like 6 times that? No, 7 point something times.
Particularly deadly for 2 reasons. 1, it was a brand new strain of the flu. And 2, the conditions of the Great War made it so much easier for the disease to spread. Soldiers returning home brought the flu with them, infecting people in remote areas who had no immunity to the virus. What was extra special about the Spanish flu was that it was unusually deadly for young adults compared to other flu viruses of the time, leading to a significantly higher death toll. This disease...
Chat, if you got the Spanish flu, do you think you would eat that shit? I think I got a pretty weak immune system when it comes to like big illnesses. I had COVID twice, and I was fine. But that was COVID. Spanish flu, like part of me, okay, I would never want it, but part of me is like, would I die with the Black Plague? Yeah. No modern medicine, right? Like, let's say you get the Spanish flu, but you're not allowed to take like Advil, Tylenol, nothing. Like, you're just you're ripping it. You know, like you're lasting that shit out. It's wraps. Most of us are dying.
Was terrifying for doctors.
Black Plague has to be on this. The Black Plague was so bad that people thought it was an evil that brought the end of the world, bro. That many people fucking died. There were bodies in the streets, piles of dead people. When the Black Plague was like the devil himself coming back to Earth, bro. Like it was a third of Europe. I'm pretty sure it was more than a third of Europe. I think it was maybe a third of Europe as a whole, but a ton of, like, certain areas, like, almost everybody died. How many people in Europe died of the Black Plague. 50 million people, but this was in the 1300s. So 50 million people in the 1300s is way more than the 1900s. 30 to 60% of the continent's population of Europe died. Florence, for example, lost up to 60% of its population, similar to London. So like heavily populated cities lost like more than half of their people.
Just because of how quickly it spread, or how quickly their
It was a third of the world. That's what it was.
patients died, but the process of how people died from it. Heliotrope cyanosis was a symptom of the Spanish flu, where a patient's skin would slowly turn purple as their lungs filled with fluid, preventing them from getting enough oxygen into their bloodstream. The blue/purple color would start in their lips and fingers, but eventually spread across their whole body as they neared death. After the patient passed, their entire body would then quickly turn from purple to black. Truly horrific stuff. To make matters worse, 1918 was also the final year of World War I, which saw another 5 million global casualties and made most of Europe no fun. Also in this year, you had the Russian Revolution going on, which ended the House of Romanov for good with the assassination of Nicholas II and his family this year. This revolution allowed Vladimir Lenin to take power, where he established a totalitarian dictatorship that oversaw the mass killing of political dissidents. The revolution was marked by brutal civil war and famine, which killed millions more. And finally, the Treaty of Versailles was being drafted, which, while not initially terrible, put Germany in a super bad mood that had some pretty major downstream consequences. But more on that later. Number 9, 1492.
What happened in 1492? I feel like there's a gap. I feel like there's a gap in human knowledge. Like, most humans know a lot of shit that happened between 1800 and, like, today. And then you know a little bit about the 1600s and, like, Jamestown and, you know, fucking witch trial shit, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could even go back to, like, certain, like, poets or people that were alive, like musicians in, like, 1300s. 1492, Columbus. Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Ooh. That one slipped the brain for a minute there. Yeah.
We all know in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But by doing
you gotta say the rhyme for me to know. You can't just show me the date.
that, Columbus also opened up a portal to hell for nearly everyone who is currently living in the Americas.
Yo, that motherfucker was a horrible person, bro. They don't teach. Yo, they deadass didn't teach. I feel like now they probably do. I remember when I was a kid, bro, they did not teach about Columbus being a horrible person. They were like, Columbus founded the Americas. That motherfucker lied to the Native Americans and said that the fucking moon was gonna, or the sun was gonna disappear, or the moon was gonna disappear. They lied. He was like, hey, the sun's gonna disappear if you don't fucking give us food. And they're like, no, it won't. Because who the fuck would believe that? And he just knew knowledge about astronomy, and he said his god was more powerful than theirs. And then there was a fucking solar eclipse, and the sun disappeared. And then they fucking gave them all their food, and then died.
Every indigenous person that came in contact with the Europeans...
I thought he said the moon would be of blood. I'm pretty sure he just predicted a solar eclipse. Yeah, in 1504, there was a total lunar eclipse. During his fourth voyage, Christopher Columbus induced the inhabitants of Jamaica to continue provisioning him and his hungry men, intimidating them by predicting a total lunar eclipse. Some claim Columbus used the ephemeris of the German astronomer, but Columbus himself attributed the prediction to the Almanac of Abraham Zacuto. He got beached, blah, blah, blah. They needed food. They couldn't give it to him, and then he, like, basically just, like,
settler was
lied to them. He would also, like, you know, do some pretty fucked up shit in general.
Killed by a disease, killed in the slave trade, killed in war, or died of a broken heart. And while it certainly didn't all happen in 1 year, the introduction of European settlers to the Americas ended up killing 90% of the indigenous population.
Even if it was a peaceful interaction, Europeans brought over diseases that the Native Americans hadn't encountered yet. And then they all died. Same thing with, like, a lot of encounters with, like, Amazonian, like, tribes. Like, you just, like, go see them, you could be peaceful, and then they're all just gonna get, like, fucking smallpox and die.
Diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza decimated communities that had no immunity to these foreign illnesses. I guess one could argue that the events of 1492 had positive effects.
It was not peaceful. I'm saying there was multiple interactions. There were instances of peaceful interactions. Many were not.
On much of humanity.
Not with Columbus. I'm talking about, like, people just arriving to the Americas.
leading to the age of exploration and the eventual globalization of trade and culture that brought us things like pizza and chocolate. However, the near extinction of an entire continent civilization does put it on our list. Number 8, 2008. This is probably the
housing market crash. I feel like we're jumping pretty heavily here. The housing market crash of 2008 was worse than smallpox.
Height of recency bias, but
and Vladimir Lenin.
Who cares? It sucked. 2008 was the year the entire world realized that rich people just basically make up how much money there is. And for a number of reasons too complicated to go into in this video, something called Lehman Brothers went out of business, and then the entire global economy collapsed. Stock markets around the world crashed. The American auto industry nearly went belly up, and the cost of food and gas.
And the bubble of borrowing money or having debt to buy assets is like what's happening right now with the AI bubble. I'm not trying to like make people panic, but the shit that happened right before the 2008 housing market crash where people were taking on debt to buy houses and assets is exactly what's happening right now with big businesses. So if it fails, they're fucked.
Went through the roof. It was the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, causing millions of Americans to lose their jobs and homes. Also, if you've ever wondered, why do houses cost so much these days? Well, in the aftermath of the 2008 mortgage crisis, new home construction basically stopped for about 10 years because nobody could get a loan. And since there wasn't a 10-year hiatus on unprotected sex, we now have way too many people and way too few houses. So thanks again 2008 for still ruining all of our lives. What? China and Australia's economy actually grew during the Great Recession? What do you mean America isn't the center of the universe? Number 7, 73,000 BC.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little absurd to put the 2008 housing market crisis as one of the worst years in human history. Like, I wouldn't even say that's like top 50. Like, you could say 1930s was like the Great Depression, because that was bad for the world as well.
Okay, so we're a little loosey-goosey on the exact year, but trust me, whenever it was bad. Rewind
73,000 BC. I love how we're jumping around history right now. We got Spanish flu, we have Christopher Columbus, 2008, and now 73,000 BC.
Clock 70 or so millennia, and you'll witness what's known as a super
Pompeii? When was Pompeii? Wait, is this Pompeii?
Volcano eruption.
No, Pompeii was not 73,000 BC. 73,000 BC, there wasn't fucking cities yet. When was Pompeii? That was probably like fucking 3,000 years ago. 79 CE, so 2,000 years ago.
This particular event is known as the Toba catastrophe and is probably the thing Indonesia is second most famous for after Komodo dragons. This eruption set off a 10-year volcanic winter that nearly eliminated the entire human species. The Toba eruption released so much volcanic ash into the atmosphere that it blocked sunlight, leading to a drastic drop in global temperatures. The few survivors faced harsh conditions, with scarce food and resources, struggling to maintain their communities. The entire human population left on Earth was somewhere between 3,000 and 10,000 people, or roughly the size of Brandon, South Dakota.
And we're all descendants of them. Wow. We're all related to those people. That's what I feel like. That's so cool that like every person has a common ancestor, like what, 60 people ago or something. Like there's somebody that so we're all related in some way. Yeah. But not in a sense of like incest. But then I'm pretty sure this era is when they were making like was it whale bones? No, I think it might've been like, what's that motherfucker from Ice Age? A mammoth bone huts. Yeah, people used to live in this. Stuff that looked like this. Ukraine. Mammoth bone structure homes. This is like when it was like really fucking cold out. They would make shit like this out of just straight animal remains because it was so insulative. And they would put like hides and other stuff on the outside because it was just cold as fuck.
You've never heard of Brandon, South Dakota? Okay, Madison Square Garden can hold around 20,000 people, so the entire population left on Earth after that eruption could fit in MSG twice. This phenomenon is known as a genetic bottleneck, and is also why we're all kind of related. Number 6, 1929. The Roaring Twenties came to an abrupt end in 1929 when the U.S. stock market crashed, setting off, stop me if you've heard this before, a global economic collapse. The Great Depression that followed was a decade-long economic...
Oh no! Oh no! American steel is down. Is down. Let me go withdraw all my money from the bank. And then they had no money.
Disaster that affected almost every country in the world.
Yeah, imagine pulling up to a bank going, I want to withdraw my money. And they go, we don't have it. Huh? Huh?
Mental health was
We don't have it. Huh?
at an all-time low immediately following the market crash. Self-deletion rates were so high that some hotel operators in New York City would ask guests if they needed a room for sleeping or jumping out of. That's real. In the US, 1 in 4 people became unemployed, and wages for the remaining workforce were basically cut in half. Bread lines and soup kitchens became a common sight, and many people lost their homes and savings. One farmer of the day knew he couldn't afford to feed his sheep, so he slit their throats and threw them down a canyon instead of letting them starve. It's like,
wow.
What? They don't like sheep? The events of 1929 set off a decade of economic hardship that culminated in Earth's favorite pastime, World War. Number 5, 1601. If you take one thing away from this video...
Is that the witch trials? When were the witch trials? I was just in Salem. No, that was 1692.
It should be that volcanoes are bad. So bad, in fact, that one volcano in Peru basically turned the lights off for the whole planet. The eruption of Huayna Patina in 1600 was one of the largest volcanic events in recorded history, spewing vast amounts of ash into the...
Bro, I want to see the volcano eruption that's that big that it blacks out the sun from the whole world. One volcano erupting that much?
Atmosphere. The summer of 1601 was known as the summer with no sunshine. Sunlight levels dramatically decreased everywhere in the world, causing mass famine, but nowhere more so than Russia. The lack of sunlight led to crop failures and livestock death. A third of the Russian population starving to death in the 2 years following the eruption. No sunshine also meant it was extremely cold, so to keep warm, many in the region turned to killing any animal with fur they could find, not just for food, but also to create clothing and blankets. Accounts from the time describe people so desperate for food that they ate grass, their pets, and each other. Which means all of us are just one cloudy summer away from cannibalism.
I'm not eating my dog. That's the one thing I'm saying right now. I would not eat my dog. If I was starving, bro.
Number 4, 1940.
I will. You'll eat my dog or you're going to eat your dog. Javi, I'm telling you right now, you ain't eating my dog. I'm eating you before I'm eating my dog.
42. Not much to see here, just worldwide violence and genocide resulting in millions of deaths. At the tail end of 1941, Japan made a monumental strategic error and, not so elegantly, insisted that the U.S. become heavily involved in World War
Wait, which one is this? Oh, 1942.
II. This essentially turned America into a death factory, where every able-bodied human was either making stuff that killed people or just killing people.
And this is when we really became a war-based economy. Ugh.
The war effort mobilized entire populations, leading to the development of new weapons and technologies, including the Manhattan Project, which would cause all kinds of problems for future humans. Meanwhile, soldiers and civilians in Russia...
And it was a like, the Manhattan Project was terrible, but, like, even if the Manhattan Project didn't happen, which jobs have the most psychopaths?
Somewhere around 1 to 4% of the general population, but in some industries, they represent over 20%. If you thought they'd be busy
managers, no. It's got to be like CEOs. Has the most. Streamers? Streamers probably has a pretty high rate of psychopaths, sure. Streamers, maybe social media in general. But I think like CEOs, CIA, yeah, like a lot of jobs that need like no empathy. Where you just like fire people, kill people, and not care, like...
Working in dark alleyways, or cutting people up in basements, or chainsawing pretty young girls so you'd be safe in your smelly little office cubicle. You're wrong.
Blackjack dealers. Blackjack dealers. 7-card 21. Good luck next time. Reshuffle the cards. You flip a fucking 2 queens. 2 queens, perfect pair. You didn't bet it. 20, I'll stand. You go. They're flipping a 6. They flip 6, 5, 10, 21. Bet again. You got an ace, 8, 19. Stand. They flip a 4, or they have a 4. They flip 4, 3, 4, 11. Flip a 5. You go, oh shit, they got 16. Another 5, 21. Sorry, good. Better luck next time. Better luck next time.
They're far more likely to be in corner offices on live TV or running for re-election. Because while some careers reward empathy and compassion, others reward manipulation, power, and control. Let's quickly understand what a psychopath is and then dive into jobs that attract the most psychopaths
Making meme coins.
in the modern world. Psychopaths aren't just like the villains in movies. More often than not, they're high-functioning professionals living right next to us. Psychopathy is defined using the Hare Psychopathy Checklist, and it splits psycho traits into two major categories. We've got interpersonal and emotional traits, and we've got behavioral traits. Psychopaths have a major lack of empathy, absolutely no remorse, they're pathological liars, they're superficially charming, and they'll manipulate you in any way they can. They're also highly impulsive, thrill-seeking, irresponsible, often highly ambitious, and chronic rule breakers. In practical terms, a psychopath can fully understand what they're doing is harmful, they just don't care. Neuroscience studies back this up too, showing they're simply built different. Their amygdala, which processes empathy and fear, runs on low power mode. You put that kind of person into the workplace and what happens? You suddenly have a predator in an environment built for cooperation. They play office...
Well, they would still experience fear in some way, right? I never knew that psychopaths have a lower level of empathy and fear. But could you have the reverse? Like, who's the guy that climbs those towers? You know what I'm talking about. He free climbs towers in cities. What's that guy's name? Alex Honnold. Is Alex Honnold a psychopath? I don't know. Alex Honnold is a thrill seeker that has a low level of fear, but that doesn't mean that he has low empathy. He might just have like a fear disorder.
It's politics like it's life or death. They see colleagues as stepping stones, and they climb the ladder fast because they'll do things normal people simply won't. As Professor Babiak's research shows, certain careers act like magnets for psychopaths because they offer exactly what these people are looking for.
Dude, I can't escape Anton Chigurh. I'm serious. Ever since I've watched No Country for Old Men, I see Anton Chigurh every single day. Every single day, I see Anton Chigurh. He's like the most popular figure in my day-to-day life.
For status, power, and the...
Who is that? This guy. Anton Chigurh is a character in No Country for Old Men. He's a psychopath.
Because they offer exactly what these people are looking for. Status, power, and the ability to control others. So,
yeah, it's usually like higher power positions. That's why like CEOs are a higher percentage of psychopaths. They're not 80%. It's just like there's a higher... If psychopaths are 1 to 4% of the population, that's what he was saying. Like CEOs might be 20 of 20% of CEOs are psychopaths. There's a higher concentration.
Are they? Psychopaths thrive in systems that reward the worst parts of them. So give them status, power, competition, and the ability to manipulate people, and they'll rise.
Well, control and leadership as well. Like, psychopaths are not inherently bad people if they control the bad aspects of their personalities, right? Like, that's one thing that needs to be said. Like, when you think of the term psychopath, you think of, like, serial killers and fucking American Psycho. Like, the average psychopath is a pretty normal guy. Like, he might be a dickhead CEO, but you're not in your head going, he's a psychopath. You're going, he's just kind of an asshole rich guy. Like, he's just like a dude on the street, you know? Like, I think we're, like, mapping it up as these psychopaths need power and control. It's like, no, realistically, they kind of just, like, control employees, push out other competition, step on people, lowball competition, right? Like, they do day-to-day shit that, like, feeds that, but it's not like, oh, they need to fire someone every day and fucking stomp out small businesses to have feeling.
To the top. We're going to dive into the 10 careers where you can statistically find the most amount of psychopaths. These rankings come from psychologist Dr. Kevin Dutton.
Number 1, plumbers.
Research into psychopathy in the work.
Just some random fucking job. I feel like if we're going through 10 of them, there's going to be one that I'm like, oh, really? Oh, really? Ooh, police officers. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, police officers, cops, there's probably a higher percentage.
Place. If you'd like to read about it, check out his book, The Wisdom of Psychopaths, or watch his podcast with Chris Williamson. Now let's dive into the list. Do you want to take a guess at what number 10 is? 3 seconds. Ready?
Okay, well, see, here's what I'm pausing. Because number 10, like, I think I could guess jobs that are on the list. I think CEO's number 1. But, like, number 10, something that has, like, fractionally more psychopaths. Managers. Not a CEO. A manager. A manager of a local McDonald's. He's a power-hungry psychopath. He loves making you clock into your 9 to 5. He gives you the days that you don't want to work. He makes you come in.
You guessed it, priests and
That would have been the last guess. That would have been the last guess, right, priest?
Religious leaders. Just kidding. They're actually number 8 on the list.
Oh, fucking hell. What the Number 8 is priests? What?
We'll be diving into them a little later. First up, we've got civil servants. More specifically, we're talking about those roles where they're like the fake police. Parking ticket officer, welfare case manager.
Just fiending on that fucking power, man. Oh, you're fucking 6 inches too close to a fire hydrant. Ticket.
Some fat, miserable, blue-haired bitch at the DMV.
Whoa.
That kind of role. Why do psychopaths like these roles? Supposedly 3 reasons.
Whoa,
1,
settle down.
rule-based power. So authority is baked into the job. 2, low transparency. Everything's hidden behind
Side note, side conversation. That was a little crazy. I saw somebody say that in my Walking Dead playthrough, I'm like overly sexist and I use the term bitch too much. When I use the term bitch, I don't mean women, right? I just say I use the term bitch in the same way that I use the term dick, right? So it's like, when I say that, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm calling somebody a bitch because they're a woman. I'm just saying that you're being a bitch, right? You're being a bitch. You're being a dick, right? I use them interchangeably.
bureaucratic curtains. And 3, diffused responsibility. No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing 0 emotional discomfort.
Or I'll go, bitch. They say somebody says something crazy. Bitch.
Because policy provides the moral cover. I'm not denying you.
I gotta rewind.
No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing 0 emotional discomfort because policy...
Oh, you're here for a new ID? Do you have your 6 points? Ooh, that's only 5. Well, I drove 30 minutes to get you. Ooh, you're gonna need your birth certificate. Sorry.
Policy provides the moral...
Adrenaline coursing through their body.
...cover. I'm not denying you healthcare. The system is denying you healthcare. Dr. Kevin Dutton describes this category as everyday authoritarianism. People who...
No, the DMV is really a dystopia. The DMV is like gray. They have those shitty hospital lights. It's just like 3 TV screens with like B22. Like you're playing bingo, but you're just sitting in a fucking shitty plastic chair waiting for your name to be called.
Enjoy enforcing structure, not because it helps society, but because it gives them dominance. In other words, psychopathy thrives in organizations where human suffering becomes just procedure. Anyways, on to number 9, which might surprise you quite a bit. Chefs. Not only are they idiot sandwich...
Head chefs. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. I think Gordon Ramsay puts it on for show, though. But that's not that surprising. I feel like civil servants surprise me more than chefs. Yeah, that's not that crazy.
They are psychopaths.
My dad's a chef. Okay, but you got to keep in mind this video means the highest percentage of psychopaths. Just because your dad's a chef doesn't mean he's a psychopath. It just means there's like, 8% of chefs are psychopaths, which is higher than the average population.
Classic idiot sandwiches. Kitchen culture is brutal. High stress, long hours, sharp knives, and
the bear.
Fire everywhere. Chefs operate in an environment where perfection is expected and mistakes are punished instantly and aggressively. What kind of personality thrives in that kind of environment? The kind who doesn't crack under pressure, who can bark orders without caring who they offend. Someone who sees people as tools to get the dish out fast. I'm not saying Gordon Ramsay's a psychopath, but maybe his mentor Marco Pierre White might be.
No, I didn't make Gordon Ramsay cry. He made himself cry.
And now on to number 8. Priests and
I didn't make him cry, he made himself cry. Wow, holy term.
Religious leaders. In theory, these guys should be the most empathetic and compassionate in society, and a lot of them are. But research shows psychopathy often thrives wherever there's power without oversight, automatic trust, and access.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected to say priests and religious leaders, but it's not shocking that a small percentage or a higher percentage of priests are psychopaths. Because it's like, if you're a priest, you could use your power in the worst possible way. Like, you have a following of people that, like, beckon to your call. Like, they literally follow you. Obviously, they follow God, but follow God through your word. Like, they go to your church. They listen to you preach. Like, you can mind you can mind meld them to whatever you want.
To vulnerable people, and religious roles often provide all three. Kevin Dutton's pointed out that spiritual authority can often become psychological authority, and some individuals exploit that. Honestly, if you want the perfect example of a crazy psychopath within religion, look no further than Kenneth Copeland.
Oh my god, that motherfucker, dude. Well, the jet was so cheap I had to buy it. Don't you say that to me, you devil worshiper. Oh my god, it's like, dude, you own like fucking 9 mansions. What happened to being like frugal? You know, what happened to, it's like he literally preaches the exact opposite of what he practices. That's the thing though, it's like, even though I'm not religious, I feel like me as a non-religious person and religious people all agree that like televangelists that just make millions, this actually just looks like straight sugar slop. This is like somebody just trying to be like, yo, this tastes really good. It's just packed with sugar. It's just, there's no part of this that's appealing.
I think these are smoothies. This one was one of my faves. It tasted like cotton candy. This is
ew.
The Dubai chocolate cup strawberry. 10 out of 10, you guys. Everything is homemade. These are the mini pancakes. We have the Biscoff mini pancakes. 10 out of 10. They're Dubai chocolates. So big, you guys. 10 out of 10, you guys.
I suppose actually he is a good reviewer because none of the food will go to waste. But I just can't see how anyone...
Alright, now, like, I understand the point in, like, documenting the what I eat in a day TikToks, but, like, now we're just, like, tossing in jabs. Like, that's rude.
Would look at James and want to eat what he eats. In fact, I would be staying well away from anything that he eats. James also isn't the only one who's making a big impact on Instagram. And actually there's thousands of fat people sharing their what I eat in a day videos.
Everything I eat today as a fat girl.
This is Brandy Lee Snacks, who is unsurprisingly followed by...
Bro, who are the 2 fucking streamers that are gaining traction now? It's like, I understand it's like people laugh at it because it's funny, but it's like, dude, it's concerning. Like, that, yeah, Jay Bullen. And he acts like he's passing out. Yeah, Tismala and Jay Bullen. And they'll eat it and they'll go, oh! And they'll fall asleep or something. But it's like not, like it's a bit, but it's like, dude, like they're getting paid. And so it promotes that. But it's like, you know, I get why they do it. Like, I don't think they're in the wrong, but it just sucks.
James Buller.
Because it's like, now there's no motivation. Like, it's like, hey, now we're getting money to eat like shit.
On Instagram. And she loves to share what she eats in a day. And actually starts every single day with a donut dipped in milk. Just to make sure that she has the worst possible breakfast every morning.
Kayla for the 1,000 buddies. I don't eat the best that I could stand to lose some weight. I just finished Kate watching. This makes me want to start a diet tomorrow. I mean, if you want to diet, you want to diet. I have no problem with I don't make fun of people for their weight and how they look. I always say, as long as you're healthy, that's what matters. You know, outside of that, if your blood test comes back and your blood pressure's fine, who gives a fuck? You know, like that's what matters, right? If your cholesterol levels are fine, if your blood level's fine, whatever, you know, like somebody being like slightly overweight, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But like morbid obesity is different, where if it's like you're like 5'8" and 400 pounds, like that's like putting stress on your heart. Like you're gonna die when you're 35, right? Like that's the difference. I would assume you're still fine. Like I still eat cake. I still eat, you know, the fucking, what are those gancitos? Those are fucking good as hell. I eat those too much. But like, dude, like you can, I would say the biggest thing is like having a week's worth of calories. Like you have to fit that, like having, you know, 3 days of eating really healthy and then having a day where you have a bowl of ice cream or cake or something, that's fine. It's just like, you need a match. Like there has to be a level of consistency. And then you have days where you could take like, hey, I'm going to eat a bunch of cookies or brownie or whatever it is, you know. Gansito mentioned, those are good as fuck, man.
Iced chocolate milk. Like, look at that.
Looks like a dry ass. Like, look at that. Looks like a dry ass fucking baked good. Oh my god.
Like,
that does not...
look at that.
Well, it's a good thing she got sugar-free syrup, because I was just thinking she was eating a lot of food, but that should balance it out.
And why are we dipping everything in milk?
Oh my god. These cookies are amazing.
I don't know. I think it shouldn't. How do you fix this, right? Because it's like, if they're making these videos that are a minute long and they're getting paid for them, you know, they're making fucking $100 a video. Like, why would they not want to do it? But you can't demonetize that because they're not really breaking TOS. Like, they're just eating food. The shits are insane. Oh my god, the diarrhea, bro.
Oh my god.
Straight diarrhea. Going into that bathroom. Liquid shits. Liquid shits later, bro.
She says she's starving.
It's on this level of self-harm. Yeah, but you can't. No, you can't. No, because if somebody... You can't, no, you couldn't put that in TOS because it would be discriminatory. Because then if I on stream ate 10 Twinkies, people would be like, damn, that's bad. Like Jinxie. Jinxie lost the Roblox 1v1 with me. He drank a 2 liter of Sprite. That's like 300 grams of sugar. That's self-harm. It's not TOS, but it's like, if you see somebody that's morbidly obese doing it, then it's now considered that. Like, you know what I mean?
Despite eating about 2 days worth of calories, and honestly...
Roblox? Oh, no, Rocket League. Sorry.
It isn't surprising.
It's because I was playing Roblox with Steak.
And for one, when you're that big, you're going to need more food to feel full because her stomach will be physically larger. And 2, she had...
I don't think it's the stomach. I don't think it's stomach physically being larger. It's you're not consuming an amount of food that's going to make you feel full. You're eating high caloric density, low dietary fiber foods. Your shits are going to be rock hard. You're always going to feel like you need more.
So many calories from sugar.
You're going to digest it so fast.
And carbs that her blood sugar will be spiking and then crashing, which is leading her to be more hungry.
Your stomach gets bigger. Yeah, when you eat amounts of food, it's volume.
Than if she ate whole meals and a high protein diet. The comments in this video weren't happy with her either. That's like 2 days of food. Stop making all this normal. There's
more than 2 days of food. It's like 5. It's like 6,000 calories.
Nothing normal. All this sugar is poison. Health is the most important thing we have. This is literally self-harm. Someone even commented defending her, saying that she isn't normalizing this much food, but the trouble is that she's doing exactly that. By posting these videos, there will be other people saying this who eat like her, and when they see other people doing it online, it...
Thought I was done eating for the night. You make me hungrier. Were those hard-boiled eggs topped with CC? Or deviled eggs?
People doing it online, it normalizes it to them and makes them feel like they don't.
You know the type of food videos that I like? Brooke put me on. It's this teacher that eats the most disgusting shit every day for fucking lunch, bro. She'll make like onion cups and like this pizza with like mayo on it. Oh my god, it's disgusting. But it's like interesting to watch because it's not unhealthy food. It's just stuff that's like, I don't want. Why? Courtney? Yeah, everybody just knew. Oh my god, it's so gross. It's like, it'll be like soup dumplings, and then just with like onion cups. I'm like, yo, that room has to stink. Like the students in that room when she breaks out her lunch Tupperware bin probably be like, what's her name? Yeah, I know her name's Courtney, but I need to like look up.
Life did not.
Oh, here it is. Courtney Cook. I need to find one that's like gross because she does make good food, but like some of them, it's just like. Oof. It's like, oof.
Happy Monday. Okay, I have a big old sweet potato. Holy crap. Yeah.
This is just lunch.
Some green onions, some butter. Oh, Buddha K. What is that? Almost. Pick them up. Oh.
Just eating a potato. Just eating a potato and onions, bro. Like what is that called? Like a Baltic breakfast. I love watching those too. Some dude with just a bunch of onions and shit, and you just like just munching on them.
Won't need to change. If Brandy wants to literally kill herself eating that much food, then she should be allowed. But she shouldn't be allowed to be monetized on these platforms for it. And
I get that point where it's like you shouldn't be able to be paid for it, but I mean, there's so much worse shit that people get paid for on content. So.
Although Brandy only has 160,000 followers.
It's like if you demonetize this, you have to demonetize anything that's bad for you. and then like half of content in general is not monetizable.
Adi Gutierrez has almost double that follower count and seems to have an even worse diet.
What I ate today as a baddie. Cereal for breakfast.
I mean, again, she is just another influencer starting the day off with a massive bowl of sugar. I get cereal's convenient and a lot of people watching this video will probably eat it, but just take
Yeah, I used to eat cereal every day before school.
some time to look at
Something you got to grow out of, though. I think like once you're out of high school and you're eating, you can't be eating like just straight like Cocoa Pebbles for breakfast. That's like a dessert thing. I eat cereal for dessert now. Start of the day, bro, you got to be eating like egg whites, bagel, you know, some shit like that. Fruit if you want sugar, not like or cereal, yeah, like Weetabix or even like mini wheats, bro. Like that's like better. At least you're getting like good calories.
how much sugar is in your breakfast
Starting the day with a bowl of Trix
cereal, and I can guarantee you will be surprised. Like I said before, eating this sugary cereal is an awful start to your day and it'll just leave you feeling hungry later. And then to make things worse, she has about 4 portions of it in just that one bowl.
Good morning, baddies.
double Red Bull.
Sugar free, of course.
Yeah, I gotta say, the original Red Bull flavor is fucking ass. It is so bad. And Red Bull did a great job marketing-wise with, like, relating Red Bull to, like, sports and, like, energy and, you know, even, like, most alcoholic drinks at bars, like, mixed drinks, like, shots and shit, use Red Bull. So, but that's also one of the reasons I hate it. Like, if I'm drinking and I smell Red Bull, it's not that bad. But if I'm, like, sober and I smell fucking just a regular Red Bull, I'm thinking of Jaeger bombs. And that shit, fucking gross. Gross. Sugar-free Red Bull. No. And the original flavor is just bad. What is that?
I made a quesadilla with hot Cheetos and hot mac and cheese. Hot.
Bruh.
Olipop.
Now before she's even got changed out
Oh, that balances it out. That has prebiotics.
of her pajamas, she's probably honestly had about 2,000 calories in just an absolute mess of food. And I don't know if this is an American thing, but who puts Cheetos into a quesadilla? Now it's a good thing she has those 2 Red Bulls because her
Dude, I've done that before. There was this, I went back when I used to do TikTok more. Dude, there was this one time I got home from a bar drunk and I felt unhealthy, so I just ate like 2 raw green bell peppers, and I was like, yeah, that'll probably balance it out. That'll probably balance it out. I had 2,000 calories worth of fucking alcohol.
energy levels will
Yeah, that'll probably do my stomach right.
be absolutely through the floor by the time it gets to dinner time.
Red. For dinner, I have some steak and some taters.
Yeah, can we eat it? Can we eat it with a fucking fork and a knife, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my god. Is that butter? Is that just butter, or is that... Wait, no, that's mashed potatoes.
SpongeBob. Delicious.
Now, is it just me that gets pissed off watching that? It's just the absolute height of gluttony, and it's honestly just gross to watch. And again, the comments are absolutely brutal on this post, with people asking if she's trying to have a stroke, and another even asked if this was a standard American diet.
Yup, that's how that's how everybody eats.
Now, I know this isn't the standard American diet, but actually 40% of Americans are obese, so it has to be at least...
Yeah, but bro, even the average obese American doesn't eat like that. The average obese American just eats like an extra meal of the day that's like ultra processed and unhealthy. Like I feel like dieting is really hard, but like it's just a matter of cutting out like the shit, right? Like people just don't eat fucking... Dude, just swap shit out. It's like people are like, oh, well, I don't want to diet, I'm hungry. But I'm like, you're hungry because you eat like fucking shit. Like, swap out the bad stuff for like vegetables, man. Like if you eat 2 cups of cooked broccoli, you're full for so long, you know? But if you're eating a fucking processed sandwich of sorts with like white bread, meat, cheese, and then fucking just like mayo, You know, and then on top of that, you're having like a bag of chips. Like, that's gonna fucking flood right through you.
Similar to what a lot of people are eating. Now, the reason I get annoyed at these videos isn't just because of the fat. And despite...
Does the FDA even do their job? Dude, the FDA just ensures that shit is, like, safe to eat. They don't really, like, restrict people. And even on that, the FDA is so loose with U.S. rules. Like, the majority of the stuff that we have is, like, highly processed with, like, chemicals and other preservatives that other countries can't have.
What people online might think, I don't hate fat people. I get annoyed at these videos not just because they're normalizing these awful diets, but because they're being rewarded for it too. Like I showed with James Bowler before, not only do they get free meals, but they get paid by these platforms in the form of ad revenue. Addy has over 300,000 followers on Instagram and over 500,000 on TikTok, posting pretty much every day on these platforms. So it isn't a stretch to imagine that she'll be earning multiple thousands.
No, she ain't making that much money, bro, and I'm sure of it. I did short form, bro. She ain't making fucking 30 grand posting these videos, dude. 7,000 likes. 7,000 likes. That video probably made $15. That video made about $15. Like, you're not... Short form media pays about fucking ass. Nothing. 7,000 likes, dude. 7,000 likes on a minute video. Even if you had like 200K views, $40. Tops. Probably like 5.
Over 300,000 followers on Instagram and over 500,000 on TikTok, posting pretty much every day.
Yeah, 200,000 views on a minute-long video. What I ate in Disneyland. She's not even making the money back for what she paid for the stuff. I mean, you know, granted, she's writing it off if she knows what she's doing. So she's writing off the food that she's eating because she's filming it for a video. But still, it's like, it's not offsetting the fact that you're still just like burning money
on these platforms. So it isn't a stretch to imagine that she'll be earning multiple thousands a month. And then other people with poor...
40 cents per 1,000 views. Carson, if you think that anyone is getting 40 cents per 1,000 views on any platform, even YouTube, you are widely mistaken. Mr. Beast would be the richest man in the world if he got paid 50 cents per 1,000 views. Are you crazy?
Diets will see this.
Most of the time, like, my CPM, I only ate bricks for 7 days.
Hi, Cody. Hypothetically, if I took, like, my daily meal and then like, put it all into a blender and then blended it up into a brick and then ate that brick for a week straight, would I survive?
So diet maxing, we're food efficiency maxing now. We're just going to blend everything we eat in a day and then only eat that. I mean, nutritionally, that would be perfectly fine, right? Who did that? Don't we know somebody that did that? I feel like there's a streamer that I know that tried to like diet max and ate like food blocks for like a week. And that's just gross to fucking, dude, because what meal could you blend up into a brick with like water and it not be gross? I think you could do a brick of like protein powder and like fruits, and you could make something like a meatloafy brick that would be okay. But any regular meal, you're not blending up and that being good. Hamburger, well, now you're just saying already ground beef. Protein powder, fuck you, I stuttered.
And probably
I'm gonna die at 23. What would be the best one meal to blend? Like a chicken Caesar salad, maybe? No. I feel like a full meal of, if you blended like eggs, a meat, fruit and vegetables, and water, you would be fine. But you would, I don't think any combination of those things would be at all appetizing.
Eating is way too complicated. Imagine a world where everyone just ate one thing. No more thinking of meal prep, no more doing dishes or cooking. Now imagine bricks. Imagine if everyone just ate bricks instead of food. I'm imagining it right now. It feels so good. I'm getting so bricked up. For the next 7 days, I'm gonna be eating only bricks of food. But what do I put inside of that brick exactly? Well, how about I ask my...
That is fucking... I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Hello, ChatGPT. I am diet maxing, and I would like to get all of my needed nutrition in a day in one brick
of food, but I also don't want it to taste like poop. Any Rex? Question mark. Love the ambition. That's some next level biohacker / efficiency core energy right there. Crying emoji. If you're trying to get all your nutrition in one brick of food, basically a complete meal compression into a bar, you have a few good paths depending on your goals. Here's a breakdown. You can do the Huel Complete Nutrition Bar, good macros. Dude, they're just recommending fucking Soylent. Jimmy Joy Plenty Bar Soylent squared in meal squares. Bro, if you want to make it yourself, here's a great formula. You need 150 grams of oats, 80 to 100 grams of whey isolate, 50 grams of peanut butter and flaxseed, multivitamin powder, honey, cocoa powder, vanilla, and cinnamon. That actually doesn't sound that bad. I don't think that's going to give you all of your nutrition in a day, though. Like, after a week, you would start having, like, fucking deficiencies in vitamins.
My best friend roommate who's studying to be a doctor.
There's something called like the perfect plate.
Are you FaceTiming someone right now?
Yeah.
Is this like...
Can I blend 4 cheeseburgers down? That's not even funny. I'm imagining the kid that typed that. All I eat is fucking cheeseburgers. Am I able to just like blend that into a... I think that would be pretty good.
Science, or is this like
This is like science. This is Canadian government website.
Damn. That place got me... That plate has got me bricked up.
Bro. Like the vacuum going in the back.
Following this conversation, I genuinely did about like 3 days worth of research to come up with the following recipe. For carbs, we have 9 cups of oats, 14 sweet potatoes, and 4 cups of whole wheat flour. For protein, we have 2 kilograms of tofu, 28 eggs. Yes, this genuinely took me
28 eggs? And 2 kilograms of fucking tofu?
3 days to come up with, and 1 cup of chia seeds. For fats, we have 3 avocados, 2 cups of walnuts, half a cup of olive oil, and for just about everything else,
I think the avocados are currently ruining this. I think the avocados are throwing off the vibes. Even though I do like avocado, I think that's ruining...
14 cups of
ruining this.
spinach, 7 carrots, lots of salt, and 7 teaspoons of spirulina. I'm gonna blend this all in with about 16 ounces of almond milk, and if you want to know what the procedure looks like, it's just you just got to do a little.
Like a...
Oh, dude, it being green is really off-putting. This looks like a bear vomited salmon. It being green is gross. What color? I would probably put food dye in it. What color would make it most appealing? Honestly, I feel like a brown would be like a chocolate brown. It would look more like poop, but I feel like that would get it out of my brain.
Bear vomited salmon.
Wait till I add the 28 eggs.
So...
Oh no. Does he have to cook it?
I think from here it's like you have...
Cody's currently explaining how the Epic of Gilgamesh directly led to the creation of anime.
Roman ideals formed out of the Greeks.
Right. On a completely unrelated note.
You're filming a YouTube video, your friend just shows up. So, you know, like Gilgamesh.
Do we have a mop bucket?
Oh my god, no, that is so much worse than I thought it would look. And he's putting it in a fucking recyclable bin. I hope it's unused. Dude.
I then put the blended slop into baking trays.
It kind of looks like Dubai chocolate.
And end up with 5...
I think that... Ooh, wait.
bricks, which is about 20,000...
Okay. Do I think it'll taste good? No. Does it look kind of like a good pistachio brownie? Yeah.
calories to get me through the next 7 days. So without further ado, let's...
I think day 7, it's going to be really hard.
Move on to... Okay, here's my daily brick. Let's just go.
He only has to eat 1 per day. If he only has to eat 1 per day, that is actual full-on fucking diet maxing. There's no way that's 2,000 calories plus.
Go for it. Let's. It tastes like just like someone took a normal meal and then pre-chewed it and then spat it into my mouth.
The brick didn't.
And you didn't gag?
Didn't taste too bad at first, but after about a meal and a half, I realized that no, it really does. It tastes like shit. I cannot
Oh no.
describe to you how much the flavor is reminiscent of vomit. So I tried
Oh. Like just a weird mix of, because vomit is like half digested food, but it's also basically just like blended food. Like it's just a weird mix of stuff that you've eaten over the last day. Do you think you would get used to it though? Like how many days of doing this would you just not care anymore? At some point, bro, like a week in, you would be like, this is better than eating regular food. Not better in the sense of enjoyable, but like you could be like, damn, I haven't eaten today. House the brick in 2 minutes, and then you're fucking good to go for the next 6 hours.
Frying it up to see if that would make it taste better, and I'm censoring this because it quite genuinely looks.
Oh, he cooked it?
Looks like I shat into the pan. And no, it just tastes like the same thing, but hot. So now it's like fresh vomit, I guess. This made day 1 easily the hardest day of the challenge, and it gets easier later on, and you'll see how it gets easier on.
I feel like, do you think frozen would be better? Like a frozen brick of blended food? I don't know, maybe refrigerated, like on the brink of being frozen.
On day 2, I had a bite of the brick, and I thought, hell no, I can't do this. So I had 2 options here. I could either scrap the video altogether, or I could come up with some way to make this easier for me. Which is why at this point in the video, I allow myself 1 topping.
Dude, one topping, brother, sriracha. All over. Anything that tastes like fucking shit, make it really spicy, and it's immediately good. That is like the fucking education. I think teachers hate their fucking jobs more than ever. More than ever. Not because they don't get paid enough. And some people are like, teachers get paid a lot. Bro, they should get paid more, bro. They're teaching our youth. Isn't it weird how, like, some teachers make, like, fucking nothing? I'm like, bro, these are the people that are, like, training the future generation. I feel like teachers should maybe potentially be more qualified, but also get paid way more because you're literally training the next generation of people. So I feel like teachers just hate their jobs now because the kids suck and the fucking programs suck. It depends on the place on whether or not you're getting paid well, if you have good material supplies, and then also freedom of teaching.
Talk to people.
So education's probably bottom of the barrel. I'm going to go like number 2. God, what's number 1? We got to lock in one, before we start the video, we got to lock in one guess on least regretted and most regretted. Least regretted degree. What makes money? I'm going to go like some sort of shit that's like a doctor path. Ooh, engineering. Yeah. Like but like generic engineering or like civil engineering. Lawyers? Bro, I would think lawyer would be in most regretted. I'm going to go lawyer. I'm going to go lawyer number 1 most regretted. But bro, lawyers hate their jobs unless they make bag. Why? Because most lawyers make fucking nothing. You pass the bar, you spend so much of your life sweating dick so you can fucking make money just to potentially make nothing. Lawyers, number 1, least regretted, I'll go engineering.
Who got these degrees?
Accounting? I would say accounting maybe like number 3 on least regretted.
Do you regret your degree?
And most importantly, we're going to decide whether Zach is an idiot for going to art school.
Got him!
All right, let's jump right into it, starting with the 5th most regretted college degree / field of study.
Oh my God, no, I said that had a chance of being 1.
Education. Damn, that's a bummer.
No, I don't even think that's a bummer. I'm surprised it's that low.
That's so sad.
That is a bummer. Yeah, it's the people who take care of our kids, man.
My sister got her degree in education, actually. We should call her because she's not a teacher anymore. Do you wish you had studied something other than education?
Yes, because
Oh my God, an instant yes.
I don't really use my bachelor's.
What do you think the main thing is?
That's a lot. You see it more and more now. So many of my friends have jobs in fields that have nothing to do with their degree. I don't know if that's just like my friend group, but a lot of my friends are in the union, but a lot of them that have degrees just work in random fields that have nothing to... How? Because a lot of the time, jobs want you to have a degree. It doesn't matter what degree it's in. Not, like, obviously, medicine, STEM shit, it does. But if you're working, like... You could reasonably get a marketing job with, like, a fucking accounting degree or like a finance degree. Like you could get in a similar field, but not have the expertise in the major that you had. Do you regret your degree? No. I would have if I went for PT. Exercise science, that's what I was originally going for. And then I swapped to philosophy. Philosophy, not great for getting jobs. But usually you go for like, you go to grad school with a philosophy degree.
Is that
So a BA in philosophy is like fucking useless.
Causes people who got their degrees in education to regret it?
Red tape.
Ah, like what do you
Just-
mean?
Well, they're not doing this for the pay. They're obviously doing this for a greater purpose. You know, you're trying to do what you think is best, and you have to go through different structures of way of doing things. You know, government implementing all their blockades and the politics of it. These structures aren't necessarily created by people that teach.
Well, there's a weird middle ground between blocking what people are able to do and not, because you do need some restriction for teachers, because if you have no restriction for teachers, they could just do and teach whatever they want within like a thin guideline, which is really bad, because then you're just getting shoved the ideologies of the teacher down your throat. Otherwise, but like that doesn't really happen. A lot of people say that happens in college. I don't think it does. I think in college, it really depends on the major and the degree you're going for, but they'll share your opinion, but they're not acting like you need it. But in high school, I don't know. What, how? If you had like a really religious or non-religious teacher that wanted to like kind of just weave that into everyday teachings, like that's more the separation in church and state idea. But that's why you have restrictions like that. You don't bring religion into schools. Because if you let teachers do whatever they wanted without restrictions, they would start pushing their religious ideologies onto you, right? Or doing those sorts of things intertwined with their regular teachings. Not always, but I'm saying you can't just have them, you know, do whatever they want, because then they're going to fucking just teach them as if you're their kid.
So it's a lot of back and forth.
Good thing for that, yes, but then there's also too many restrictions where they ban books. They don't allow you to teach certain things or talk about certain subjects. On either side of the political spectrum, it's like it becomes a game of like what's allowed and what's not allowed to talk about in a classroom. And it's like you get a long list of like this, and this is a no-go.
Come up against, I don't know.
I went to a private school, like I went to a religious school in high school. And a lot of the teachers that I talked to openly said they make less money at that school, but they would rather teach there because they got to teach what they wanted to. Because private schools have more free reign outside of the religious aspect. outside of the religious aspect of the school where you're taking theology classes. It's more like when I took world literature, my high school teacher got to pick every book we read, right? He mapped the class himself. There was no guidelines. It's just like they need to be able to learn some sort of comprehension.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Thanks for being in our video.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
That was insightful. to some
Yeah,
extent.
for sure.
What a bummer for that to be the first one, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get a little bit more
Oh
positive.
my
Number
fuck!
5, least
Dude, there's too many fucking chords in this cuck-ass room. Lock in.
regretted. Business/management. That
It's because it's a broad degree. You could get so many jobs with that major, but I feel like a business management degree. Ooh, wait. Sorry, I was thinking. Business management, understandable. Most regretted, communications is on this list. On most regretted. Least regretted, I could see accounting, finance.
makes sense. So business and management includes a lot of things. Business administration, finance, marketing, accounting, human resource management, international business, basically anything that needs to be taken care
Okay, so we're just lumping all of that into 5.
of is in business.
I think people who get this degree have no delusion about what their life's going to be like.
I also think that anybody that gets a business degree isn't like, yeah, I really just want to crunch numbers and do people's taxes. I really want to manage and market a business company. I feel like most of the time there are people that do that, but if I had to guess, like 70% of business majors just want to make money. I do want to do that. Really? You want to be an accountant? Really? I'm not judging that. I'm not making fun of that. That's fine. You want to be like, when somebody's like, what's your dream job? You go, I want to save people money in taxes. That's what you want to do. But money not involved. Like, not the fact that you could potentially make really good money. It's like, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. I just can't. That's the opposite end of the spectrum for me, right? Like, I would never want to be like, dude, do you think there's anybody that's like, I want to be an auditor for the IRS? Like, that's the job. That's the dream job, is auditing. Like, that sounds so bad. I would hate that job. I mean, maybe you get some sort of pleasure in like sticking it to the rich guy that didn't pay his taxes. But it's like, oh, fuck, bro. You want to work for the IRS?
College, have a good time, and if things don't work out, hey, that's okay. If they do work out, great. You know, like, it's just
business, dude. These guys have TikToks, and they walk up to restaurants and try and get in without reservations.
Let me see if my buddy Matt, I think he majored in business. Yo, Matt. You majored in business, right?
Yeah, I majored in marketing.
Hi, I'm James.
I fully think, bro, I really don't think marketing degrees are needed for the marketing space, though. And I whenever I have takes on this shit, a lot of like the YouTube commenters, if this becomes a video, Joe's such a fucking idiot. He knows nothing about marketing. I know. I'm just saying this is my personal perspective. You say I'm an idiot. That's fine. Explain why, and I'm fine with that. Right? I'm not saying you're wrong. There are times where I have horrible takes. But I don't think... I took a marketing class in college. It was daycare. Everything that I learned in that class was absolute horse shit. And when I was taking the class, one of the main things that people say, and I kind of agree, is why the fuck are you a professor if you're so successful in marketing? I'm sorry. I get being a professor for like chemistry or philosophy or fucking STEM shit. Why are you a professor for fucking marketing if you're a marketing guru? Wouldn't you be making racks marketing? And you're teaching me the fucking tips and tricks? Bro, I feel like I'm getting a fucking PowerPoint rundown made by ChatGPT. I remember the first fucking 3 weeks of class was about like perceived value. Oh my God. It's just basic shit everybody knows. You've seen an ad. You want to make your product seem valuable. You want to have a low production cost with a high value rate. iPhones are like the pinnacle of the marketing world. They cost pennies to make, and they sell for the fucking profit margins that Ferraris do. Like, they're insane, right? They churn shit like Ford cars, but they have the margins of Ferraris. It's like, everybody knows that. Why the fuck? It's not pennies, bro. I know, you dumbass! It's not pennies, bro. Yeah, it's... dude, I'm not actually saying they cost pennies. I'm saying they're cheap. Oh, fucking hell, bro.
It's the number 5, like, people are most happy that they...
But that's what I'm saying, like, when I took marketing, granted, it was the first class, and I know it's going to go much more in depth after that, but, like, I fully believe experience outweighs, what word am I looking for? Oh, like requirements. Like, if you have a degree in marketing and you go to apply for a job versus a guy that has proven success in marketing and social media, who are they going to hire? The fucking guy that's proven his success, not some dude that just got a 4-year degree for marketing. Like, that's why when you go to business in general, do the internships. Because that's how you get in. That's how you get the experience, because the experience with the degree is always going to be an experience. But if you just have the degree, you're not going to get a fucking job at a high-tier place because they want a guy that knows what he's doing.
Majored in it.
Really?
Yeah, do you regret your degree? Are you happy that you got your degree?
One second. Can I also just do a copy real quick? Or pour over? Just give me 1 second to finish paying real quick.
Yeah. You can tell this guy's got the goods.
Yeah. So doing a second transaction, right? Yeah. Perfect. Let's just do that. That's all. Okay. Thank you. I was basically like highly recommended by my parents that I need to get a business degree, but I would have got a degree in like engineering or something.
Church Soul Cycle. What, I'm gonna fucking receive communion on the fucking bike? What are we doing?
Lord is with me. I will not be afraid.
And on TikTok, people gush about how valuable the classes have been for them, with one comparing the classes to a fucking synagogue.
I just got out of synagogue. It's this small reformed synagogue called Soul Cycle West Hollywood, and the rabbi's name is David, and he had the most third eye-opening sermon.
Soul Cycle. Writers often admit online that the
Soul Cycle changed my life. My vibration. I love how the music's so loud I can sing and scream and let it all go. I also love feeling a part of a community and seeing the same faces every day / week. I think that's not specific to Soul Cycle. I think that's just like having a club. It inspires me to keep showing up. Would love to hear how others got involved and how Soul has impacted your life. What's your favorite parts of Soul Cycle? What difference did it make in your life?
classes have changed their entire lives for the better, not just through weight loss, but the way that they can scream and sing along with other writers to let go of their problems. They've even claimed that they've chosen Soul Cycle over actual therapy.
I'd be better. You're exercising.
I love the Balatra music in the back right now.
You're partying. You're having fun.
This is the best time of my life.
You might even get laid.
I think I might get some pussy. If this sounds incredible to you, I'm sure you're curious about the pricing. Well, the cost of the classes is pretty steep.
Let me guess. Rich people. I doubt it's. Do you think it's monthly or like per session? I'm gonna guess it's like $100 a session. There's probably 4 sessions a month, so you could do individual session or you could sign up for month. I think if it's monthly, it's probably like $250. If you're buying by month.
Single Soul Cycle class, which lasts about 45 minutes to an hour, cost about.
Oh, that's a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I thought a session would be like 2 hours. 45-minute class? That's like a very regular gym class.
$42. Well, it's true that the.
Wait, whoa, how much?
Well, it's true that the which lasts about 45 minutes to an hour, cost about $42. Well, it's true that the
40. What did he say? $42?
Cost about $42. Well, it's true that the production of the classes totally captures the hearts and minds of their writers. It's the instructors themselves that keep them coming back for more.
I don't think he said 4,200, chat.
It's not an understatement to say that more instructors at Soul Cycle are idolized.
Surely $42. $42 sounds more realistic. It's still very expensive. You're paying $42 for one class.
And treated like celebrities because of the charming and motivational persona.
There's no way it's $4,000 for a class. I'm Googling this. Yeah, $40. $42.
Griffin, one of the most well-known instructors, would sell out in a matter of minutes. She was so sought after by a number of celebrities who exclusively wanted to ride alongside her. Leo? Johnny Depp? People have claimed that Stacy could make the most reserved rider temporarily enter a trance-like state where they work harder than they've ever worked before. And for Soul Cycle, their instructors are their biggest moneymakers. Top instructors can be paid up to $400 per class. Stacy, however, made a staggering $800 per class because they were essential for Soul Cycle.
That's $800 in 1 hour. Wow.
Cycle's a success, master instructors were treated like Hollywood stars. They would act like it too, partying all night and popping Adderall in the morning to push through their classes. This company culture ended up inflating their egos to the point of giving them a huge god complex, similar to many cult leaders. Some admitted that the fame made them feel like they could do anything that they wanted to with no repercussions. And one reporter claimed a male instructor gave her a spin class lap dance by gyrating all over her handlebars of her bike. You like that? While she was uncomfortable about it, their other riders squealed with joy. Eee, you're so lucky. His dick all over it. He's like, Mike's, the magic mic's on. Others would openly fat shame and use homophobic and racist slurs. And in one case, a master instructor referred to a black woman as Aunt Jemima.
Ooh.
Yikes. One staff member was tasked with giving their star instructor, Lori Zuckerman, a fruit salad only consisting of berries. When Lori found a single kiwi sitting at the bottom, he threw it across the room and shouted, "Whoever got this needs to be fired!" In a minute.
Wow. That's like movie-esque ego. Like, I didn't think there's people that would do 1 kiwi in a bowl of berries. Like, it'd be different if you were, like, deathly allergic. You got a kiwi piece in your berry bowl, and you fucking break the glass, throw all the food on the ground.
In many cases, they would get drinks with and even sleep with their riders, something that the riders would brag about to the other riders in class. Yeah.
Shut up.
Who put this kiwi in here? SoulCycle riders long to be close to their favorite instructor, fighting over the height.
Dude, it's just mini parasociality. That's all it is. It's like the same shit as like Twitch streaming or fucking like K-pop or whatever, dude. It's just like they feel like a part of a community and the instructor's like a goal they could obtain.
Highly sought after and coveted front row. It introduces a type of cycling hierarchy where the most hard work.
Oh, that's so fucking weird. So if you're the closer you are to the instructor, the better you are as like an individual in this class. Like if you're back right to the class, you suck.
Working people are granted the ability to help lead the rhythm of the class. People will come to class extra early just to be the first ones to charge towards the front row bikes. For them,
damn, do you think they run there like it's Black Friday?
And their hard work praised by their instructor is everything to them. The most passionate ones even purchase $55 front row tanks from their merch store. Awesome. It's been said that instructors purposely keep the most attractive riders in the front row, often taking less desirable riders.
So what do they tell them? Hey, I see you're sitting next to my bike. I am the instructor today. You know, I've seen you in the class before, usually in the back left or right row, kind of where it's darker. You know, you can't really make out any faces over there. And, you know, I could kind of tell by your silhouette that you were, how do I put this? Slightly repulsive. Seeing you in the sunlight here, you're kind of looking more like a vampire. Could you maybe go back over there?
Riders will switch spots.
Could you maybe not cycle near us or
to achieve this? You love the energy. Let's put you in the back. Love that smile. You're awesome. Let's move you up. The need for a front row seat would often lead to riders being bullied verbally and sometimes confronted in person to the point where people broke out into tears. One rider who was thought to have been a master instructor's class favorite found that the other female riders put used tampons in her purse as revenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cycling next to Vanessa today, okay? So let's say I made it to the top of the... She's like sifting through her purse. What? Just her hand just touches the wet, fucking blood-filled tampon.
SoulCycle is not nearly as popular as it was a decade ago. Poor business decisions and a string of controversies regarding their company culture and the effects of COVID lockdowns impacted them harshly. While still profitable, their numbers dwindle as they attempt to mimic the success of companies like Peloton and by creating bikes for home use as well. Listen, guys, a lot of home workout programs can feel like a gimmick, right? Sometimes it feels like people would rather do anything and pay anything just to avoid going to a traditional gym. I know I would. But you know what? Any way you can do something to just be more healthy, I say try it. While many of these can seem silly, at least it's motivating people to take that first step and make an effort to get healthy.
Yeah, I think you just don't want to get trapped in that mindset that, like, this is the best way to work out. You could be like, this is fun. But I think a lot of them are over-marketed to where it's like, hey, you're actually burning more. This is better for you than going on a run.
I suppose there's no harm in that. Except for people like, you know, the SoulCycle thing was probably a bit crazy. All in all, not a bad idea to just get up and be a little active. But until next time, my friends, stay active, stay healthy, and Tybo. We'll see you.
That was a W vid. All right. Next video. Highly requested video. We fooled locals with offensive city plans.
Give us feedback on our new city plans. We're installing the world's biggest pride flag.
Hell no.
Are you joking?
No.
Do you guys disagree with that?
I can guarantee you no one will ever vote for that.
Who wants to see us?
I always wonder how, like, YouTubers and even mainly, like, Impractical Jokers still get people to believe these things. But I've come to realize that they always get old people that are, like, really detached from society and reality in, like, local rural towns to do, like, a town meeting about city plans. Like, somebody that would be a part of the HOA in, like, your rural Nebraska city. Not gullible? I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say the word gullible. Maybe, but, like, yeah, no, people that are living in 50 years ago.
Society where parents stay together longer. Well, we have a solution. A 50% rent increase for single mothers.
What? I'll need something to throw at you.
We'll take that as a yes. We'll take it as a yes.
No. Are you trying to go?
I feel like these guys can pull it off because they're YouTubers, but don't you ever wonder how, like, I don't watch Impractical Jokers anymore. I feel like nobody, I don't want to say that's a dead show, but, you know, it's not 2013 anymore. But I always wonder how they still get people that don't know them. You know what I mean? Like, who below 50 is going to walk into a Walmart and have Murr or Sal walk up to them and be like acting really weird and laughing before they say anything? Like, obviously they have a person in their head telling them what to say. Like, even if you don't know them, you'd be like, yo, you're a part of a bit. Like, this, I'm on camera right now. The NFL playoffs are here. Football is at an all-time high, and there is no better time to get in on the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, the sponsor of today's video. If you sign up with DraftKings and use promo code JOEB at sign-up and place a $5 bet and your bet hits, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. What an offer! DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to place touchdown bets. Not only do they have same-game parlays, they also have live betting for the people that love the thrills of live betting, betting on drives, betting who's going to get a touchdown, if they're going to place a field goal, whatever, in a given drive. DraftKings has you covered. And if DraftKings isn't available in your state yet, one of the green states, you could still take advantage of DraftKings Fantasy. So sign up for DraftKings today and use promo code JOEB at sign up and place a $5 bet. If your bet hits, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly, minus 500 odds required. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it!
Us? Said no.
Disclaimer, everything said in this video is for entertainment purposes only. This does not represent us, do not replicate or act upon any content shown. We invited local residents.
Oh, so you don't think single mothers should have a 50% rent increase? Huh. Yeah.
To attend what looks like a real city meeting where we're posing as officials presenting new plans that will affect them. But the catch is we're given extremely offensive ideas that we have to present no matter what. After the president,
I would love to be a part of this. I feel like I could. Okay, no, here's the thing. I could never do the presentation. You would fold? Oh, 100%. I could not do the presentation. I would love to make the presentation. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to be the guy that makes the slideshow of something that's just, like, obviously gonna get bad reviews or, like, a bad reaction. But I don't think I could ever stand up and just riff, you know? Stand up, read a presentation, click this next slide, and it's like, we're gonna ban gay people from, and I have to defend that in front of a fucking town meeting of people that are just gonna be appalled.
strangers will raise their hands if we convince them to support our new plans. And just like the Impractical Jokers, whichever team gets the fewest hands raised will face the terrible mystery punishment at the end. It's actually...
So this is Impractical Jokers. This is... This is a one go on Impractical Jokers. There's no thumbs down. It's just if you lose, you just get the punishment.
I'm telling you right now, it's not good. It's not going to be fun. Yeah, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. We're not going to do all that.
No. You guys can do terrible. We're not doing terrible.
We do like the chill. We do like the prizes.
We're not doing punishments. No, we're not doing the punishment. We're winning. This is the winners.
Do you guys see what's behind you?
That's your presentation.
That's your presentation we made.
What do you know about your presentation? What about you? Don't know shit.
Dude, I would just pull every buzzword out of the book of something that's controversial. Like, the presentation would just consist of, like, every single like buzzword that just gets people upset.
No, forget about your presentation.
Is it that bad?
It's bad.
What do you mean is that bad?
Yours is so bad, we have a security guard here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. JD and I are going first, and remember,
Security guard here in case one of the people fucking rushes them.
we have no clue.
Yeah, abortion. Yeah, dude, literally abortion, LGBTQ, Charlie Kirk, gun laws, immigration, DEI, just everything. Every climate change, minorities, religion.
What they put on this presentation. Alrighty. Thanks for being patient, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for making the commute.
Like, you know, for the lady with the rainbow choose kindness shirt on, you're going to have to shoot different compared to the Karen in the back. Every slide's got to anger somebody else.
Random strangers in front of them.
So how's your guys' day going so far? Is everybody good?
Yep.
Awesome. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Give us feedback on our new city plans. We are McCain and
Jeremiah.
We've been selected by the National Youth Policy Initiative to represent Orange County at the legislative level. Today we're presenting several proposals and need your feedback before they are finalized. This is
Do these people get paid for this? Like, I don't want to say like NPCs sign up for this shit, but like, what is this?
level. Today we're presenting several proposals and need your feedback before they are finalized. This is part of the real decision-making process. Your voice matters here more than anywhere else. Let's discuss the future of our city, shall we?
I don't know what's about to happen. Like
you have to start out though with something that's basic. You can't go in gun swinging. You know what I mean? If you're the enemy team crafting this presentation for the guys presenting, you don't want the first slide to be, we're going to raise a statue of, somebody that's going to piss somebody off. You want to start out with like, hey, we're going to implement street lights in these roads where a lot of the time it's too dark, and something that they're like, oh, that would be nice. Then you go to something else that might be, kind of, edging it a little. That's kind of the wrong word, edging it, where it's like something that might be upsetting, but, you kind of get past it. And then you gotta, butter them up.
Their press fucked.
This is going to be bad.
Who here wants to see real economic growth and results in our city?
Beautiful first slide.
Yeah?
I feel like they're going to instant pivot to something else, though.
Who's ready to bring real jobs and infrastructure to our community? Yeah?
The next slide's going to be like, that's why we're going to bring, like, child sweatshops to the fucking... I'm calling that. Who wants to see real economic growth? All right, we're going to bring foreign Chinese policy into rural Idaho, and we're going to have fucking sweatshops set up. No.
Awesome. Introducing a brand new $300 million nuclear power plant in the Bay.
I would support that. I would actually... No, I'm not even lying. I would support a nuclear power plant. Dude, you know how fucking clean... That's like clean energy. No, you would not. Bro, nuclear power plants rarely blow up. Going nuclear energy is the fucking move.
No. I would say no.
No.
What if they melt down? Yeah, if the nuclear power plant melts down, I'm fucked. All right, yeah, sure. But that's probably not going to happen.
No, it'll never fly in Orange County. I'm just telling you that now. It'll never fly.
Never?
Never. Ever, ever, ever fly.
Yo, this is insane.
There are different ways of getting in jobs.
Okay.
This is the quickest and easiest way.
It is the...
Bro, but nuclear energy, yo, I would stand on this shit in the crowd. I'd be like, yo, I fuck with that. Because nuclear energy is not only going to create jobs, but it's going to reduce electricity costs for the residents. Why would you not want that? Because it's nuclear and that's scary?
There are different ways of getting in.
The environment, nuclear power plants are good for... These people aren't against it because it's good or it's bad for the environment. They think it's bad for the environment.
Jobs.
Okay.
This is the quickest and easiest way.
It is the easiest way.
Wrong. It costs a lot of money. You put a lot of lives in jeopardy. And I can guarantee you no one will ever vote for that.
It's going to kill the wildlife.
I would vote for that shit.
Yo, this is not real. This is it, dude. This is huge.
Let's go on to the next one. Is that... This one's yes, then? Yes?
No.
No.
Absolutely no.
No.
Big no.
Oh, but then when we say we're going to open a fucking Walmart warehouse, everybody goes, woo!
It's still a no.
Okay, big no, understood. Okay.
Here's another upcoming city plan we're thrilled to launch.
Dude, not this one.
One of our main goals is to fix traffic. Traffic is stealing an extra 400 hours of your life every single year. Fortunately, we have a plan to give you those hours back.
Oh no.
Introducing the Traffic Kazar.
Kazar Czar.
Actually illiterate.
The Kazar.
It's a czar. I wrote this
You
one.
wrote this one?
That's my bad, yeah. Traffic czar.
Let's do that again. Introducing the Traffic Czar. One man that controls the roads. Every driver must call the czar and get approval of their trip before departing.
You have to call. It's gonna reduce traffic, bro. You're gonna be sitting at home on hold for 4 hours. You're gonna call the traffic guy. He's just, dude, it's just one guy in a room, like right next to a radiator in the basement with like 9 telephones just all ringing at once. He's just fucking answering them. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Airport? Yeah, sure, whatever.
No, thank you. No.
Yo, that lady's the goat. No. You gotta
hear it
understand.
out.
You gotta hear it out. So, no approval, no driving. With 80% of your cars gone, you will never end up in traffic again.
What do you guys think?
How did you guys come up with that?
So, thumbs down?
So you have to call before you start driving?
Yeah, you have to call him and then you have to book your travel. And then
if your trip isn't important, he'll deny you.
If he allows it,
Dude, what would make this actually believable? The calling it makes it not believable. What would make this feel real to me is if they were like, instead of calling the traffic czar, you have to download the app called Ready Drive. And it hooks up to your car's remote start. And your car will not start until you submit like an application to drive somewhere and it approves it. Like, that sounds real. I'd believe that. Like, the second you go, you have to download an app, I'd be like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I get mad because that's like everything in life. Oh, you want to use this? Oh, we have an app. There's an app for that.
Awesome, but if your trip isn't important, he will not allow it.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, that doesn't, yeah.
What happened to living in the free country of the United States of America?
Yeah! USA, USA.
That's what I'm gonna throw at you. This is ridiculous.
Well, he would
If I want to do crack on the sidewalk, I should well be able to. Because I live in the USA.
probably approve you, but not other people that are like lazy. I don't know.
Well, he would approve you, but he wouldn't approve anybody that's like lazy or like not doing it for a real cause.
This is ridiculous.
No, this is serious.
We don't live in North Korea, thank you.
Oh my!
Dude, North Korea, you wouldn't even have a car. North Korea, bro, you're riding a bike to work.
God.
I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
We can go to the next one,
I
but
mean,
I
maybe
think
we lived in Russia.
I think this one's good.
in Russia. Next.
Yo, the lady in the back might be the goat.
If we lived in Russia, maybe.
She might be the goat.
We have new adjustments for the education system to change the game.
Oh, fuck. This might blow it, bro. This is racist.
Recent data reveals students' test scores have plummeted to historic lows, threatening our community's future. Who's ready to flip the script?
Well, let's see what you got.
Let's make it happen by transitioning our teacher staff from our current diverse lineup to a selective high
Oh my God, all Asian people?
achieving team proven to deliver exceptional results. Any feedback?
Let's not look at skin color and just look at the scores.
No, these are literally the highest achievers.
Yeah, we didn't look at skin color. They're actually the highest. They're literally the highest achievers in this area. They're very hardworking.
Well, kids are usually, 7 hours a day at school. So, having really good teachers dramatically changed their life.
You can have all the good teachers you want, but if you don't have an infrastructure and
At home,
money,
it's not going to work.
And all kids are at different learning levels, so there you go.
Yeah.
Do they speak good English? That's another
Next.
Ooh, that's a little racy. That's a little racy. Whoa, they're the highest test scores. They just happen to be Asian. Whoa, now you're saying whether or not they speak English.
I don't think they want to go next. I don't think it ends right here.
We're bringing some opinions out of the crowd right now. We're fucking. This is a surefire way to fucking get some people's minds racing, dude. You get some. You do this town meeting, they're just gonna start fucking spewing shit.
Dude, this is not gonna be good.
Okay. Jay?
Is he laughing?
Jeremiah.
He's laughing.
And rest assured,
He's totally laughing.
Is he laughing right now?
He's totally laughing. That's a laugh. That's a laugh. What
Oh, they get penalized for laughs?
is he doing? And guys, every time the presenters laugh, that's 1 point off their score at the end.
and rest assured, he's been sneezing a lot. And rest assured, 12% of their salaries will fund their Uber rides to and from schools. It's a win-win situation. Sharper minds in class and fewer risks on the road.
This really sounds racist. I don't know what to do.
It is pretty racist.
It is.
What is Jay doing? He's laughing again?
Are you
Dude,
serious?
he looks like he's fented out. What the fuck was it? Why is he laughing?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be better if he just outwardly laughed than like leaning down, like they know he's giggling.
Stupid.
That's not a good. He wrote it.
Stupid. I'm gonna. So
A lot
what?
of
It's
people are gonna take
stupid.
it.
What's stupid?
The whole thing.
Well, we have more
Bro, he's not breaking character at all.
policies that you guys will probably like. So
While we're on the topic of education, immigration is good, but it's a problem when they don't speak English.
I already know I don't like this.
Fortunately, we have a solution. Allowing immigrants to learn English at
Bro!
Yo, that's his third laugh.
Jay is throwing.
Hey, I don't care though. They're gonna be doing the fucking punishment.
allow immigrants to learn English at elementary schools.
Oh, these are going downhill pretty fast.
I'm not against it, but I thought they were already doing that. In a lot of
They're not in here.
Thought they were doing that. What? She thought they were just having like random 40-year-old immigrants sitting in at like a first grade class. What do you mean she already thought they were doing that? What?
They're not here. So this will help them learn the basics so they can integrate flawlessly in America.
So they would be in school with the elementary students
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same
So
time.
just to double up, like, so we can save pay on like the teachers to.
I just say no.
I mean, learning with children might be a little weird, but
Well, maybe the children can learn like life experience from the older people.
Maybe children could learn life experience from the older people.
No, thank you.
No?
Yo, they're done. They're fucking done.
I wouldn't feel safe with my kids with adults.
well, we have teachers in the classroom and security and officers.
Oh my god, that would just be so. That's just that is really a bad idea.
Would you install like TSA metal detectors?
TSA, bro. Then why? I feel like you got to be doing that already now. What? That's a dumb fucking question. You gonna be installing TSA? Oh, brother, yo, there's fucking 300 school shootings in the last fucking year, man. Like, we already need to do that.
For individuals like that come into the classroom?
Why do you say that?
Oh, because he's foreign. It's a joke, Joe. That guy is not joking. That guy is not joking. He's saying install metal detectors in TSA because they're immigrants.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
Individuals
He
like
looks
him
really
or
nice.
the kid right here?
That guy makes me nervous. That guy looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I wouldn't be safe.
Oh, is it still a joke? Yeah, for that one chatter. That's just racist, bro. What? That's actually wild. I feel like the crowd is saying more crazy shit than like these dumb presentation ideas they're putting forth.
Nervous. That guy looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I wouldn't be safe.
No, I don't.
Looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I feel like he looks like, bro, what? He looks like he has money, if anything, if you're trying to fucking stereotype him off of like, what? Like, what do you mean it looks like he wants to blow the classroom up? That's absurd.
I don't think he would do that.
He's here to learn English.
How do you know?
He's just trying to learn English.
How do you know?
Dude, everyone is against them. I don't think they have anyone on their side here.
That's good feedback then, right? Thank you guys so much. Seriously, this is amazing. It's no secret we have a homelessness crisis.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Have you ever had a sleeping homeless person blocking your path?
Yeah, you see them, but
You don't see them, but they're not blocking you.
Some of us have and some of us haven't.
The nut scandal that almost ruined Korean Air.
On December 5th, 2014, a flight operated by Korean Air was set to fly from New York City to Seoul, South Korea.
Was that a 16-hour flight?
But before it could even get off the ground, several people's lives were permanently altered by a bag of nuts. But despite where you might think this is going,
I thought this was going to be the nut scandal, like a chipmunk climbed into the fucking airplane overnight and started storing just all of its acorns and like peanuts that like weighed down one of the sides of the planes or something.
It's not a story about someone having an allergic reaction and the traumatized passengers who witness it. Instead, the story...
I had a rat problem at my old place back when I used to live in a trailer, and we got back from like this trip for a week. This was when I was like 8 years old. And a rat had taken all of the Hershey Kisses that were in a bowl and arranged them in a line in between the gap between my washer, or not my washer, my dishwasher, and the countertop. Because it was like, there was a gap about this big, and there was just a line of Hershey Kisses all the way from the back to the front. It's very weird. Never found out why it did that, but I had a rat problem. I remember there was a rat problem. And we had a rat and a bat problem, separate times. But when the rats were there, they would like grab stuff, and I still think about it. Like to this day, I'm like, why did it do that? I know it was storing the food in some way, but it was like so not perfectly organized, but it was like almost perfect. Like it was just like lined, like he like individually carried one over every time.
Instead, the story centers around Cho Hyun-ah, also known as Heather Cho, a vice president at Korean Air who was sitting in...
Did she have a nut allergy or something?
...first class for that flight. As the plane was preparing to take off, a flight attendant handed Mrs. Cho a bag of macadamia nuts. And this is when all hell broke loose.
The CEO, or like one of the heads of the company, gets a bag of macadamia nuts. Macadamia? You know I only eat cashews. How dare you?
Cho was instantly enraged because she was served the nuts in a bag instead of in a bowl. Yes, that's...
Oh my God. Like that enraged her? I get maybe it'd be like policy to like put them in a bowl for first class. But if you're the CEO, I'd be like, you guys are supposed to put this in a bowl and move on. Not, oh, what do you think I am, some poor person? Sitting in coach? Are you going to offer me next a Biscoff cookie? Who do you think I am, some peasant?
The grave offense that's...
Next you're going to offer me fentanyl, I bet. That's why I do it in the back bathroom.
...started this whole thing. Cho began screaming at the flight attendant, a woman named Kim Do-hee, reportedly yelling, "What kind of service is this?" and berating her for a minute before realizing that she should really be yelling at Kim's boss. So she called over the cabin crew chief, Park Chang-jin, and began screaming at him instead, throwing the bag of nuts against a wall in the process. She asked Park why she had been served macadamia nuts in a bag instead of in a bowl. To which he replied,
and imagine being a customer. Like you're sitting in first class next to her. You're also rich, but you're like not a dickhead. And you're going, whoa, this is like out of a movie level of like fucking, you know, privilege. You care that bad, just tear it open. The only thing that warrants this level of anger is if you're handed a Nature Valley bar in first class in the package. And it's like an older plastic one that's really hard to tear, and you just know it's going to go everywhere. Like, that would be the problem.
Simply following the official Korean Air service manual. Cho then demanded that they bring her...
I'm not dissing Nature Valley. I'm saying if you have a Nature Valley bar, it's like in that situation, I'd be like, all right, could you open it for me? Because the entire pain of a Nature Valley bar is opening a Nature Valley bar. Whereas, like, you're just tearing open a bag of nuts.
Cho then demanded that they bring her the service manual to prove it. So Park grabbed a tablet which had the manual on it. Nervous from the situation, he accidentally mistyped the password for the tablet, causing Cho to get even more upset. But once he was able to get the manual open, he showed Cho proof that the flight attendant had correctly followed the guidelines for the cabin crew when it comes to serving macadamia nuts.
Oh, so it literally, like, they're right. So she's also just a shitty CEO that doesn't even know her own manual. Like, they didn't even fuck up. She's just crashing out for no reason. That's wild. Do you think it's like a germ thing? You're not supposed to give them in a bowl because it's like, ooh, loose nuts.
And if they had a whole...
That's kind of weird.
thing dedicated to that, I can only imagine how long that manual was. It's just a shame that they didn't have a section for—
Dude, serving nuts is really a rich person thing. You ever been to a shitty fucking, like, restaurant or, like, small eat spot and, like, one of the menu items is, like, mixed nuts? $9. Why don't you just give me dirt and charge me for it? Mixed nuts, $9. Are you fucking serious? That should be free. Mixed nuts, fucking $9. If I'm at a bar and I'm buying fucking $20 drinks, $18 mixed drinks, and I have to pay $9 to get a shitty trail mix that you got from fucking Walmart down the street in a big barrel,
of the company throws the bag of nuts at you. Unfortunately, the evidence that she was wrong did not do much to calm down Mrs. Cho. Instead, she continued yelling at both Kim and Park, eventually forcing them to get on their knees and beg for her forgiveness.
I know the job market's rough, but I don't think there's a world where I would get on my knees and beg a random woman that owns the company to, like, please save me. Quitting on the spot? Yeah, literally being like, all right, I'm taking this flight now. Fuck you.
That might seem intense, but anyone who's ever been handed a bag of macadamia nuts instead of having them presented to you in a bowl can understand the frustration. While the flight attendants were on their knees, Cho continued berating them and then grabbed the tablet and started hitting Park's knuckles with it. Again, I think we can all agree that—
What is this? What are we in, a fucking 1930s American classroom where you get hit with a ruler? What type of shit is that? She started breaking his knuckles with a fucking iPad?
This is a pretty rational response, considering—
Honestly, get your bag, you know? Honestly, him kind of leaning— if he had just quit, that would be bad, you know? Because if he had quit, he's not getting anything. Like, maybe he just gets like a nice pay package for leaving. Now he could sue the shit out of her. Like, she's beating him with an iPad for giving her mixed nuts. Or not mixed nuts, macadamia nuts.
What Cho had endured. She then fired Park and demanded that the plane be sent back to the gate so he can be kicked off. The entire interaction took place in the first-class cabin, but there was only one other passenger flying first class on that flight.
Oh, so nobody was there to see it. I think somebody else would have fucking said something to her.
And I can only imagine the severe discomfort that person was experiencing in that moment. Sorry to interrupt, but could I trouble you for a ginger ale when you have a chance? The plane, which still—
Trouble you for a ginger ale? I would say something. If I was on a first-class plane for Korean Air and I know the CEO is crashing out on this person, I'm going, yo, I'm never flying with you again. Like, you're awful. Like, you need to step down. No, you wouldn't? Yes, the fuck I would. Yes, the fuck I would, because I don't work for her. What is she going to do? Ban me from Korean Airlines? Oh, boo fucking who? Oh, boo fucking who? There's a million fucking airlines. You take another one. You're not the hero. I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm not doing that in this hero complex of like, let me save the day. You stop hitting that man in the knuckles with an iPad. I would be annoyed personally of how awkward and weird that is. I would walk up and be like, you're being a weird, like you're being a loser. Like, why are you crashing out? Like, what type of weird prissy rich shit is this? Like, I don't have, like, bro, because you got to realize, like, flying first class is fine. Like, if you have the money to fly it, fine. Spend the money to fly it. But, like, that level of, I hate rich people that act like snobby movie rich people. Like, I understand I have money now. I didn't have money then. And even though I have money now, I'm going to still tip people well. I'll, like, still be forgiving for mess ups. Like, honestly, I've always said, most of the time, if a waitress brings me the wrong thing, I'm probably not sending it back. Right? The rich people shit where it's like, oh, I have money, so therefore you must serve me better than the average person. No, you're just a regular ass motherfucker. And I understand in first class you're paying for better service, but it's like, dude, they'll bring you like a damp towel to fucking wipe your face with. I flew first class one time, upgraded, and it was paid for by a company that was taking me somewhere. When I sat down, they handed me a wet towel. I went, like what am I? It was a hot, wet towel, and he handed it to me, and I went, like, what am I supposed to do with this? He's like, it's for your hands or your face. I went, okay, and I just like put my hands in it, handed it back to him. I'm like, this is the most useless shit ever. That's the type of rich people shit I don't understand. I have money now. I'm like, that is stupid. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? What do you need? Well, I need a warm towel for what? Like, I'm sitting on a fucking airline. Just give me, like, a drink, and then I'm fine. Here's a water. Thanks. That's all I need.
The fact that he's Korean. Don't worry, Park. We'll let you buy a ticket back. The flight then took off 46 minutes late.
What's the most rich person thing you've done? I buy Main Plus when I fly now. I don't sit in the back of the plane, but I don't buy first class. I get Main Plus. 6 extra inches of leg room and a free checked bag. That's balling. I spend, if I'm flying, if like regular coach is like $400, I'll pay $650 for more leg room. And is it a waste of money? Yeah, sure. But like, that's why, like, I have the money for that. I don't have the money. I do have the money. I could fly first class, but it's stupid to fly first class. Like, that's just like, you're full on wasting money. Cause like Main Plus is $650 if coach is 4. First class is like $1,400 for a 4-hour flight or like a 3-hour flight. Like, I'm not paying that. Like, I'm just getting conned. You know, but if I was flying like to like Asia, like if I ever fly to like Thailand or something, I'd buy one of the lay down seats. Cause sitting upright for 15 hours, I'm gonna be fucking bashing my head on the walls, man. That shit sounds terrible. Like, that I would pay the money for. What's the most rich person thing I've done though? I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do you mean by that? I bought like, oh no, you know the biggest rich person thing that I've done now? That I'm at the point in my life, I will give the waitress my card before knowing how much the bill was. I don't look at the bill. Like, if I'm out to eat. That's the thing that I've noticed. I'll just hand them my card. Well, either way you're paying. Some people just do that, but like, I'll just hand them my card. But that's it. Like, I used to look at the bill. Now I don't look at the bill.
Flight attendant Kim Do-hee.
It's not really rich, it's more financial security.
Was not dismissed, since Cho had shifted her hatred towards...
What if they charge you for some shit you didn't order? I don't know. That probably has happened before. Ooh, no. Richest thing that I do is I buy my friend... Every time I go out, I buy shots. I waste money when I go out. If I go out to a bar, I'm probably blowing like $400 on drinks. That's like the stupidest shit I do. But it's like, I'd rather, like, I would want my friends to do that if they had money. So it's like, I want to do that shit. Like, I have money, I go out with my friends, I turn, like, they're all talking, I turn around, I have a tray of shots. Like, it's fun. Like, because I could spend that money. Yeah, gambling, sure. What else? I don't know. Way back, I was financing my car, and I had, like, it was like 3 years that I had to finance this car. And like a year and a half in, I went, what the fuck am I doing? And I just paid it off. Like, I guess that. It was like, I was just like, why? Just buy it.
But we can only imagine the tension in that first-class cabin during the flight. And it's a good thing the moist towelette was the right temperature. Otherwise, we would have had to run the whole thing back.
See, that's what I'm saying, this moist towelette. That's the thing they run on every airline. Why am I getting a moist towelette? I've never been somewhere where they do that. It's weird. I don't want that. Why are you giving me a wet towel? It's like, honestly, I get, it's nice that it's warm, but it's like, ugh. Like, I don't, why?
Now, if you've heard this story and you're wondering how Heather Cho had enough power to not only fire the cabin crew chief for something this trivial, but also to turn the plane around and order it back to the gate, allow me to provide some context. Mrs. Cho was not just a vice president at Korean Air. She was also the daughter of Korean Air chairman and CEO Cho Yang-ho.
Oh, so she's like a Nepo baby.
You see, large South Korean conglomerates, known in the country as chaebols, are often controlled by powerful families. Members of these families are practically nobility, which is why everyone unquestionably obeyed Heather Cho throughout her macadamia nut tirade. Following the whole thing, Korean Air went out of their way to silence the incident and prevent it from getting into the public.
Science in some capacity, because I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a degree in finance or accounting, I think that'd be helpful. Like, I got a degree in marketing. I think that's an absolute joke. I don't think it actually.
Oh, weird. 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 I was just doing a rambling about how marketing degree is a fucking piece of shit. What the fuck? I think you learn valuable shit. But like, bro, all smart marketing guys that I watch speak know their shit from the jobs they've held versus the degree they had. Like, you could get a genius. Throw it in sub only! Please! Holy shit! Why are people spamming that, bro? Stop that poll, mods. I'm sorry, bro. I really want to lock in today. I'm really excited about the videos we're watching. Please stop trolling, mods. I'm genuine. I'm actually asking you. I'm not faking the rage right now. I want to lock in. I look over at my chat. Nobody's typing shit that has to do with it. Please. Please, chat. It's in sub only. Shut the fuck up. Oh my. Are we ready?
Like helps with anything, but like I'm happy I guess that I have it.
It's the 5th least regretted. Like, why do you think that is?
I would say that people are probably happy with it because it like everybody ends up going and working in business no matter what your profession is.
Well, dude.
Yeah, it's more that you need the degree to get in the door versus actually the expertise. It's just the fact that you need a business degree.
Thanks for answering our questions, dude. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, I'll see you tonight.
All right, later.
Should I not tell Lindsay?
See ya tonight. Okay, that was hilarious. He's like, I don't regret it at all. Huge waste of time.
Yeah. But he did make a good point there at the end where, like, everything is business.
Yeah, I think no matter what you do in your life, you'd be like, oh, well, I used that thing I learned from business school. Like, there will be something.
Yeah.
You won't feel like it was...
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're not getting any value out of a marketing. I think business degrees in general have value. I think going to school for general business is weird because you should still just pick some sort of alleyway down the line. Like getting a general business degree versus some form of expertise in a specific field, like finance, accounting, marketing, international business, like that's better.
It's a total waste.
Also, we got to see a little peek of the degree in use when he solved that coffee problem.
Yeah, so doing a second transaction, right?
Let's just make 2 transactions. That's management.
Let's make 2 transactions. Yeah, your fucking business marketing degree is really going to come in handy when you're at the checkout line at Starbucks.
It's business. Now back to the sad list. The number 4 most regretted college degree / field of study is...
Bro, those are literally the 2. Oh my God. No, I thought law would be number 1. What are the other 2 or other 3? Law, I fully get people hating because the success rates. Law is also so stressful. Passing the bar exam.
Oh,
law.
Really?
Chat, it's not pre-watched. Those are the 2 most really? Those are the most obvious degrees. Art? What do you mean art? Can you just get a degree in art? I feel like it has to be more specific than that. There's no way you can just get a BA in art. You would have to have like art with a specification in painting or sculpture.
Law.
Really?
Interesting.
Fine arts? Yeah, but a fine arts degree is different. Like you could get a fine arts degree in ballet, but you're not just getting art.
That is interesting. I bet it's for depressing reasons. It's easier to convince yourself that you could be a lawyer than you could be a doctor. Like, there's no part of the...
No! I think it would be... Okay. I think it would be harder to be a lawyer than a GP. But I think being a surgeon is a hell of a lot harder. I think being a GP is a great job. Being able to walk in and do, like, yearly checkups, maybe a prostate exam here and there, that's a great job, you know? You just walk in, do the same shit every day. You get paid like $150K more, maybe, depending on how far you into your fucking career. And then you leave. What's a GP? General practitioner. It's basically the doctor you go to for like your yearly checkup. Does your GP do your prostate exam? I don't know. Do you have a specific doctor for that? I hope not. I feel like that'd be really creepy. You have to go to your prostate doctor. I don't have one. Don't worry, we'll schedule your appointment. You walk in, he's just like putting on the glove.
It's like, oh, I could be a doctor. But like 100% of me is like, dude, I'd be a sick lawyer. And I
Just lubed up. You think there's ever been a situation where like somebody's been getting their prostate exam and like they actually just like poop on the doctor's hand? You don't shit before you go. You drink a coffee right before. Just open the floodgates.
Also think that,
oh my God, how embarrassing that would be.
that the way lawyers are
Pooping on the doctor's hand 1,000 times. That's very common.
portrayed in art and media is pretty romantic. Like, how many movies are there about like a massive...
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
What's a prostate? This is going to sound really fucking stupid. Women don't have prostates, right? Okay, good. I was right. Men have prostates. It's like prostate cancer is also very common. Like if you live to 80, you're probably going to have prostate cancer. Most of the time, like my grandfather died with prostate cancer, not of prostate cancer. He had prostate cancer for like 10 years. It does kill people, but a lot of time it's like slow growing. Prostate cancer or your prostate isn't that like, what is your prostate? Your nuts? No. I always envisioned your prostate being the taint region of a man. What is your prostate? Damn, so do women not have to get prostate exams? The prostate is a small walnut-sized gland located in the male reproductive system, just below the bladder in front of the rectum. Oh, but women have to get the clamps. Oh, yeah. Women have to get they have to go to get a pap smear. I'd rather get a finger shoved up my ass any day of the week. Don't remind, what's a pap smear? A pap smear is for women when they basically like, it's literally like, imagine a car jack, but they just fucking wedge that shit open and then they have to like look. Ugh! If you're a guy and you go into becoming a gynecologist, that's a bit crazy. Can we agree on that? I'm not like full judging it, but if you're a guy and you're like, I want to be a gynecologist, out of every career path.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Giving speeches and stuff.
When the shit hits.
Damn, do you think that's going to be on the most regrettable? Most regretted gynecologist. Prostate exam guy. I don't think that's a thing. I feel like a GP just does the prostate exam. Not really much needed in terms of expertise there.
Movies are there about like a massive...
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Giving speeches and stuff.
When the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay.
When the reality is your job is to read things and not miss anything.
Why did I hire you?
Dude, it's not even read things and not miss anything. From the people I know that are in law, they basically say that passing the bar is impossible because all of the questions' answers are all seemingly right, but it's all about verbiage and wording. Like, AI had one of the hardest times passing the bar earlier on. I'm pretty sure there's versions of AI that pass the bar now, but it's like, dude, it's all verbiage. It's all fucking knowing the book in very specific terms and how that applies. That's why the lawyer that you have matters. Like, if you have a cheap lawyer, they suck. They pass, but that doesn't mean shit. They're like bottom tier lawyer versus some guy that knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, a Saul Goodman of the business.
Police report summarized. Traffic signal analysis, medallion bids, attendees, and results. That's why you hired me.
Let me see if Graham will pick up.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Graham, I wanted to hit you up to see
Do they know people with every degree?
if you know why you think people who pursue law end up regretting that pursuit.
Yes, I think that it attracts a certain crowd of people who enjoy academia and the study of law and don't like practicing law, which is like less academic in nature and a little bit more like practical.
Thanks, dude. That's a cool take.
Yeah, probably what you end up doing ends up maybe being boring.
I feel like it's most regretted too because I feel like becoming a lawyer is one of those degrees that people try to achieve because they know that it makes money. Like you have that one kid in your class that's smart and you're like, what do you want to do when you're later or when you grow up? And he's always like, surgeon, lawyer. But it's like they don't actually love the idea of being a lawyer. They love the potentiality that it can give them in financial gain.
But this one might not be. This is the fourth most least regretted.
Most least regretted, so the happiest degree. Number 4. I feel like I'm going to go comp sci on 4.
College degree.
Field of study.
Vocational / technical.
Does that count?
This is electricians.
Does that count? Isn't that its own? That's not college. Vocational school isn't college. What's vocational? Electricians, plumbers, fucking, carpentry.
Plumbers, automotive technology, cosmetology,
it's a trade school.
Culinary school. We're talking about the trades.
I think we've seen like the expectation versus reality.
I would have put that at number 1.
Brought up for both of these, right? Like expected one thing, didn't expect the red tape. Expected all the academia, didn't expect the workload or whatever.
Oh, you know what you're getting into in vocational school. You just go because it's a steady job. Like you're setting yourself up for the future being an electrician, but it's like you got to be an electrician for the next 35 years.
This must be like the most opposite with expectation because you're like, I assume I'm going to be
job security, and you're going to do the same thing every day for the next 3 decades.
Plumbing. If I go to this plumbing school.
Yeah, dude, I became a plumber. Did you know I got to deal with water?
Dude, I became a plumber. You know I actually have to go in sewers and shit? Oh, my God. It's fucking terrible. I actually heard I do have a plumber. This is another I have a friend. I have a friend who's a plumber. He said that shit is not the worst smelling thing. It's like when he has to clean out like clogged grease. He said sewers don't smell that bad because it's poop. He said like rotting food and like grease is by far worse.
Yeah.
So it's worth noting that there are other factors beyond the field of study that affect whether someone considers their education worth it, like level of education. So people with master's or doctorate degrees felt their education was more worth it than people with associate degrees. Age played a factor too. People who were older more often felt that the costs were worth it.
Well, I also think it's the time that we're in where like getting a college degree 40 years ago was like a fucking cheat code. If you had a college degree in the 80s, bro, that was awesome. Now everybody has a degree. So if you're getting an associate's degree, that's like wiping your ass with a fucking dollar bill, dude. It's like you're just spending money. You're not really getting much out of it in return. Because that's a 2-year diploma.
Which makes total freaking sense. The survey said what you're probably thinking. There's
high schoolers. Some of you guys are probably going to graduate with a fucking associate's degree. Like, getting an associate's degree, it's like, if you're going post high school, a lot of people are like, why am I wasting my time on this?
Education may also be driven by the rising costs of higher education and the increased use of student loans, which makes costs remain more salient into adulthood.
All the old people in the survey, you like see the bars on these charts and they're all like, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, I had a blast. I had so much fun. It cost me $36 and then I bought a house for $15,000. Then I just sold it for $4 million. Another big factor is whether or not people have student loans. That makes sense.
It's just obvious. I mean, it makes sense.
And a final big factor is the type of institution. Public institutions are like UC schools, state schools, Ohio State University or Florida. It's definitely the most common type of college. Then you have private, non-profit schools, which is like USC or small liberal arts schools. All the Ivy League schools are actually in this category. And then private, for-profit institutions are like
DeVry. What about Education Connection? What was that online college they used to do ads for all the time? Not Education Connection. Oh my God. Dude, I remember I would see that shit. This was like 2012. What was that school they always did online shit for? Get Connected? Well, it wasn't Education Connection. Education Connection wasn't a school, was it? Was that a school? I thought it hooked you up to a school.
Or
for free, Purdue.
University of Phoenix.
They've kind of...
ABC Mouse. You guys are not helpful at all. You're just typing Hustlers University. No, not Hustlers University. Not the fucking Andrew Tate fucking Discord group.
Come under a lot of scrutiny. They have pretty bad graduation rates. I don't want to disparage people who graduate from DeVry, but...
My interpretation is it's like the bank, which is not a perfect institution, versus the payday loan place.
Yeah.
Which is a less perfect institution. Up next, the third most regretted type of degree,
Life sciences.
Of course, any teenager that suddenly finds social media fame for their physique is going to be at an increased risk of hopping on PEDs due to industry pressure. We've seen this happen countless of times. But what sealed the deal for me, what made me confident that it was only going to be a matter of time before Eric would start sipping on the forbidden Capri Sun, was that Young LA sponsorship. And this speaks to a much bigger problem within the industry, especially regarding Young LA. You see, Young LA, more so I feel like than most of their competitors, seem to be really focused on capturing as much of that teenage lifter market share as possible. And there's inherently nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with catering towards this age group. Teenage lifters.
Well, yeah, teenage lifters is going to be the highest growing market, and it's your biggest competitor is Gymshark. I mean, Gymshark did this years ago, though. Like, for those of you that remember, Young LA 10 years ago, I don't know if it was a thing, but like, when I was 15, my version of Young LA was Gymshark. Gymshark was the gym brand.
Especially
that was what everybody wanted to wear. It was like they had the coolest stringers and like pants, shorts.
Online make up a really big part of this industry. A lot of people, including myself, got into lifting as teenagers. No, the problem lies when you then cede all responsibility in favor of increasing numbers and virality as much as possible, which has led Young LA to repeatedly sponsor some of the most egregious teenage PED cases in the industry. For example, do you guys remember this kid, Logan Dishman, that 17-year-old Young LA athlete who claimed he was natty while benching nearly 1,000 pounds, but then exposed himself?
I mean, okay, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to rule check you right now, but butts off the bench here, pal.
1,000 pounds.
Butts off the bench here, pal. That's not a real 900-pound lift.
But then exposed himself.
If I put my butt off the bench, I could, no.
When he got hospitalized for using a dirty steroid needle.
Oh my God.
And his heart stopped beating while in the ER, causing him to go on life support. Well, he's still sponsored by Young LA. They didn't issue a single statement, didn't disavow the abuse of PEDs amongst minors. Instead, they kept him on and continued inviting him to their events. They made it very clear that the only thing they care about is how many eyeballs these kids can bring to their brand, which is already bad enough on its own. But then they take someone like Eric English, a young, impressionable 14-year-old, and they fly him out to those same events so he can intermingle with those older teenagers who are openly abusing performance-enhancing drugs, teenagers who Young LA are directly enabling. Do we really think these dudes are not going to rub off on a 14-year-old? And yet this guy, Logan Dishman, does not even appear to be the main influence in Eric's decision to hop on PEDs. No. That honor belongs to another teenager, also sponsored by Young LA, also seemingly introduced to Eric through a Young LA event, who also appears to be throwing everything but the kitchen sink at himself when it comes to PEDs. Meet Gentile Lifts. Probably the most obnoxious fitness influencer you'll see in a very long time. He got his break on the internet by injecting himself with copious amounts of steroids and creating what can only be described as some kind of weird, niche fetish content. No. I'm not joking, okay? How else are you gonna describe this?
This back exercise is gonna make you squeal like a pig.
What the fuck?
Exercise is gonna make you squeal like a pig. Oink, oink, don't be a little pig. Let's go hit some heavy hammer curls. 70 pounds, she couldn't make it 2 rounds. I bent over like she was last night. She was the opposite of tight. The 115 flew faster than her cream. Back exercise that will make you scream like a monkey. Make sure to get your potassium in.
Yeah, seems like a normal, well-adjusted fella.
Why are people like, but like that has to be like rage bait content.
To me, you'd think surely nobody actually watches this shit, right? Like, it has to be contained to some weird fringe subgroup of gym cells. Nope. 164,000 likes. The irreparable damage Shizzy has done to the fitness industry truly needs to be studied.
Scary 1,000-pound front squats.
Okay, no, that's kind of funny though. Like him starting out the video wearing a mask, just red in the face, flexing, screaming in the mic.
Just a regular healthy 07 kid. So we first see Eric and Gentile meeting up way before he made his insane transformation and before he even started bulking for the first time. This video right here is from August 2024. As expected, they met up at a Young LA gym, as you can see in the background. They seemingly didn't collab again until right around Eric made his suspicious transformation. But ever since that transformation, it's as if every other reel this guy posts includes Eric in some way, shape, or form. They've gotten very chummy with each other. So right as Eric makes a highly suspicious transformation, he starts hanging out with a teenager that very obviously abuses PEDs. It's not very difficult to see what most likely happened here.
Watch the bulk get us massive.
Well, the scariest part is like this is gonna fuck up their hormones. Like if they ever get off gear, and they've been on gear since they were like 15, they're gonna have to be on basically hormone replacement therapy for the rest of their life. Like they're not, yeah, you're not gonna naturally create testosterone as a male if you're on steroids, like say 14 to 28, and he gets off when he's like 29. Like he's gonna be on test, not like steroid test, but he's gonna be on test for the rest of his life.
Sure to eat.
Just why? Why would you want to look like this?
Unless you're sketty, of course. Yeah, unless you're sketty, because your mind and your body are a temple.
Dad Eric is bulking with the intention to cut, but this guy Gentile has looked like this for years. Just grotesque. And that steroid moon face is not doing Eric any favor. Even though he's a handsome young man, all that water weight and redness has him looking like... Okay, I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Looking like John Pork.
The bulk is real. He went from, hello, my name is Eric English, to, I'm Eric. Give me another burger. He added over 100 pounds to his bench in just 4 months.
Okay, yeah, 100 pounds to a bench in 4 months is nuts.
Because of the bulk.
POV, you showed your boy
100 pounds at the bench in 4 months. And that's starting at 305 to 405. And y'all are saying I'm crazy. Well, he's also on steroids. But I'm saying I would go from like 270 to 340, which would be a 70 increase.
how to bulk. This being obvious code for you showed your boy how to run a cycle. Okay, this is this guy's entire thing. Gentile's entire brand is just rage baiting everybody by consistently claiming he's natural to farm and
find my TikTok and we're gonna feel embarrassed. Sketty lifts, probably. Oh yeah, this is Sketty. Low genuinely a smooth 3 seconds away from blasting gear, getting famous, and claiming natty/vegan. I think that's the move. You'd be like the new David Lade. You'd be like, oh, no, I'm not on gear.
Engagement. And this is just another instance of that, passing off Eric's obvious PED use as quote-unquote just a bulk. Take a look at this comment I found in a Reddit thread about Gentile lifts. I couldn't directly verify these claims myself, so do take them with a pinch of salt, but nonetheless I figured they were worth mentioning. This commenter basically wrote that Gentile got exposed with some other guys including Logan Dishman for being in a quote-unquote we are kids and take PEDs group. He then also claims that there was early footage of Gentile in 2023 that was leaked where he said that he had been on a cycle for a while and I was gonna claim Natty for jokes and sponsors. I gotta say, it does all sound very in character for these two meatheads. These are the influences in Eric's life. This is why I say that it should have come to no surprise to anyone that was paying attention that Eric would eventually hop on PEDs. This is what Young LA is
But I just don't understand the reason to lie about being on steroids, because the majority of these brands will still sponsor you if you're on steroids. They don't care, right? Like if you're a gymfluencer and you're on roids, like you are, that doesn't mean you're not going to get sponsored by fucking protein companies and shit like that. They don't give a fuck, right? Because they still sponsor open bodybuilders. They sponsor IFBB pros, and IFBB pros are all on roids. It's just, maybe they don't talk about it, but it's like he's a child. Yeah, but I'm saying the guys that are like 19, 20. Why are they saying it has to be just for clicks. I'm not talking about Eric right now. I'm talking about these guys that are like 19, 20, 25. Like, why are they saying they're not on roids? Just say you're on roids. Who cares, right? Like Noel Diesel, I follow him, or Diesel, however you say his name. He's on roids. He says he's on roids, right? And which I respect. Like, if you're I don't care if you're a gym influencer on roids. Just say you're on steroids, right? In this case, I don't think this kid should be taking steroids because he's fucking 15 and it's going to ruin his body. But
okay, it should speak to how cooked this industry is.
and then you get worried, man. Like, dude, like then you get into the fear that these guys will die when they're like 30.
Can't even expect the
amount of gym influencers that have heart attacks when they're young.
bare minimum level of responsibility from one of the largest brands in this space. You know, it's not like we're asking them to build schools in Africa or send humanitarian aid to war zones. Just maybe don't enable steroid use amongst minors. You know, maybe don't sponsor and promote 17-year-olds that take steroids, lie about it, and then get hospitalized due to them. Maybe don't introduce impressionable 14-year-olds to a climate riddled with PED use. Corrupting the youth just to sell a couple of extra t-shirts is truly an interesting business model, I gotta say.
The devil's advocate response here is they're gonna do it either way because they look up to these guys. Even if you're not putting them on in a physical sense where like Eric's gonna meet the Trend twins, he's still gonna watch them. And so they're still just going to take the steroid.
But hey, Batman merch, right everyone? I get to feel like Bruce Wayne on my Demon Winter arc, fueled by weird cuck fantasies. And to be truthful, as much as I like to point a finger at Young LA, they are simply
Noel's on the boat with them? Yeah, because Noel's a Young LA influencer.
a symptom of a much broader problem. The reason why they enable this stuff is because there's no downside for them in doing so. Because teenage PED use as a whole...
And I don't think, for the people that he's like, oh, Noel's on the boat with them, Noel doesn't promote steroid usage to Eric. I guarantee you he doesn't. Because he openly says on his videos, like, I'm on steroids. That doesn't mean you should take them.
Has just become way too normalized in this industry. It's why Larry Wheels asks a 14-year-old if he has any plans of hopping on steroids in the future, as if that's a normal thing to do, and why he receives almost no backlash for doing so.
I did become enhanced at 17. Is that something that you're willing to do in the future?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Whatever it takes?
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. That's the mindset I had.
That's the mindset I had. Larry Wheels is so dumb, bro. Like, I genuinely think he's like a good, well-meaning guy, but he just doesn't think stuff through.
Yeah, I don't think like Larry Wheels meant bad when he said that, but it's like from the outside perspective, it's like you're kind of like low-key convincing this kid to take steroids. But from Larry's perspective, he's just like, oh, well, I was on steroids when I was 17.
This particular case to be exceptionally unfortunate because he truly didn't have to hop on PEDs. There's a reason why Eric managed to grow his following to over 1.5 million followers without ever touching a needle. The kid was genuinely unique in that he started lifting and documenting his journey at such a young age, and that you could see him not only grow up but develop himself as a natural lifter from scratch. But now he's just become another fake natty. This is a great comment right here. What would little you think about you hopping on steroids? And Eric replies with, speaking out of ignorance. This guy comments a needle emoji. Eric replies with, insecurity. So much potential. Yet in the end, he just became another gaslighting fake natty to add to the pile. Since I know you'll be watching this video.
Yeah, because it's always like they never just take a steroid test to be like, I'm not on roids. They're always just like, nah, I'm not on roids. Like, you could just like prove that. Take a drug test. That was a good video. I have no hate towards that kid. It's just like, don't, you know, like if he is on steroids, which, you know, most people's signs are pointing towards yes, it's like, it's more so the worry of like, hey man, that's like really bad for you. Like that could kill you. I'm sorry, child. I know I pissed 4 times this stream. I gotta piss The controversial rise of the steroid Olympics. I don't know if he's going to do an intro. Okay, no. I was going to explain it, but seeing that it's there, you know, I'll let him take it away.
The Olympics have no chance.
No, I won't. The steroid Olympics are just the Olympics that another guy made to rival the actual Olympics where they're allowed to take steroids. Pretty self-explanatory. They're actually encouraged to take steroids.
In 2024, Olympic runner-up James Magnussen became the first athlete to join the Enhanced Games.
Or the Doping Olympics, as it's been dubbed.
Controversial sporting competition where drug cheats aren't just allowed, they're actually the stars.
And Wired tells us that they'll be holding their first edition in May 2026 in the City of Sin, Las Vegas.
The creators' goal? To overshadow the Olympics.
So wouldn't it be more fair to have an enhanced games on the one side and a natural, slow, boring Olympics on the other?
Safe to...
Bro, here's the problem, though, is these guys will still get fucking smoked. Like, yo, that's the thing. Is, like, the guys that are going to go into the enhanced Olympics are, like, the 4th place finishers, you know? they're 5th place. Michael Phelps isn't going to leave the Olympic Games to go take fucking Arnavar or Tren and go fucking swim and do mildly better, right? Like, the guys that are going to go do it are the ones that won't win naturally. Which it's like, I understand the entertainment value. I do. Of like, hey, why don't we just have no limit? Like, let's see if a guy can just take steroids that averagely runs like a 10-1 and see if he could beat Usain Bolt's world record 100 meter. It's like, you know, I understand that. Like, that is an interesting premise. It's just like, it's really hard to get, it's really hard monetarily to get sponsors behind an event that is actively promoting steroid use. It's easier for like IFBB pros because it's like, we don't know if they take steroids. We just don't test them. Meanwhile, you have Phil Heath in the background just fucking sitting there, 320 pounds. He looks like he's a person standing inside of a person. We don't know if they take steroids. We're just not going to test. And so it's easy, right? Like, but it's like monetarily, I don't know. Like, I hear about the enhanced games every year, it seems, but I've never seen them.
Safe to say, not everyone is a fan.
It's a gambler's Russian roulette with 6 bullets in the barrel.
I think looking at this from the outside, it's just got death written all over it.
I just find this really, really terribly sad.
So why are more and more Olympians signing up? What's the cunning business model powering it all? And how did this all begin in the most unexpected place?
We didn't get to this last on Monday, but like that billionaire who wants to start the steroid Olympics.
This was the moment that would ignite the Enhanced Games. A local Australian podcast simply discussing the concept.
Who could we talk to? Who would be able to give you a bit of an insight there? Like,
well, I tell you who would have some idea, surely, who is a friend of the show, is the Missile.
They called up a retired Olympic swimmer, not knowing he was about to light the fuse that would set everything into motion.
If they put up $1 million for the 53...
I mean, do you think that being on roids... See, that's the thing is like, it depends on the event. You know what I mean? Being on steroids in the Olympics, really good for Olympic weightlifting. You know? But like, trained shooters, you know, archery. I'm assuming it's like the steroid Olympics are for the big events, you know, track, swimming, maybe like water polo. But like, are you going to get a team of guys on roids to play water polo against each other? I don't know. Wrestling, yeah. But I mean, it's like there's a lot of events that there's more events than not that you would probably do better on steroids. But it's like, how much better are you going to do to where like, even if that's really what makes or breaks the steroid Olympics, is if your star guy got 4th place in the regular Olympics, he's on fucking crazy amounts of steroids and he still can't even come close to matching Michael Phelps' average fucking 200 fly time. You know, it's fucked.
Style world record. I'll come on board as their first athlete. I'll juice to the gills and I'll break it within 6 months.
Organisers took the offer, putting out a bounty for breaking the record under the Enhanced Games.
That's one big carrot. It's a big carrot.
He became the first official athlete to join the games, and his transformation quickly drew attention.
Are you? Bro, I feel like at some point though, it's like, yo, his big ass ain't getting through the water now. You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking, bro, in this left picture, he looks like he could be like 6'3", 190. This right pic, he looks like he'd be 240. I feel like whatever he gains in muscle, now he's just dragging fucking weight. You know? Like, is he gaining anything off of the power enhancement that he's losing in like weight gain and how much he has to pull himself? Like, the fatigue's got to be crazy, even with the steroids.
Are you seeing what I am seeing?
But the concept of a steroid Olympics isn't new. It was first mocked by SNL back in 1988.
The first all-drug Olympics opened today in Bogota, Colombia.
Oh, he's pulled his arms off! He's pulled his arms.
The The man who turned this into a reality was Aaron D'Souza, who identified it as a lucrative business opportunity.
I feel like there's one good one good SNL skit every like 15, 20. You know, you see the good, like if you watch a full show of Saturday Night Live, you'll have like one or two skits that you're like, this is funny. And the other ones you're like, why did they include that? They mapped that out. Like I watched one recently that was about this woman that got a bad haircut. It was like some dinner and she shows up and she just has the worst haircut ever. And they're like trying to ignore it. And then she turns around, she's a bald spot in the back of her head, and they're like, ooh, no, it's good. Like, that's not, I don't know. I feel like that's not that good. That's not funny.
Studying the Olympics and the Olympic movement my entire life.
D'Souza noticed a few issues with the Olympics. The first one being doping.
44% of Olympians admit to using banned performance-enhancing drugs within the last year, according to research.
And the other...
Really? So the people in the Olympics are already roiding, so it doesn't matter. The average person in the Olympics may be using steroids. So it's like, all right, well now we're gonna make it that they're allowed to use them.
You know, probably lying.
Are losing. Yeah, exactly.
Take the most prestigious event, sprinting.
Why do they do steroids? Because they're going to get better, bigger, faster, stronger. What? Steroids, it basically fast track progress. And the limiter that you have is now twofold. Like that's the problem too, is that a lot of guys specifically that are probably watching my stream right now that are 16 to 20 go, wow, steroids seems awesome, right? Because on the surface level, you're going to get way more jacked. You're going to get a lot fucking leaner. You're going to feel a lot stronger, right? So on surface level, like if it seems like a fucking god drug, but then the backside is like, you might have erectile dysfunction in your mid-20s. You might have a heart attack by 35. You might have low testosterone naturally for the rest of your life after you get off. And when you do get off, you might lose all the progress that you had previously, right? Like you would have acne. You might roid rage. I think is kind of like miscommunicated. Roid rage exists, but it's like I think a lot of people say if you take steroids, you're just going to be an angry fucking Hulk that's incapable of holding down your emotions. And to that, I say, look at like what's his name? He wears a hat. He has curly black hair. Oh my God. I'm literally staring at his face right now. He's big right now. He's like a Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek, nice guy, holds it down. You know, like, I don't think that's a guy that kind of shows, hey, like, roid rage exists, but it's not something that's, like, prevalent in every person. But even then, it's like, it's just health problems, man. That's the worry that you're going to have. And a lot of people that do use steroids that might not advocate for them, but, you know, kind of are your role models in the steroid space, also have enough money from their influencing work in professional, you know, like job salary that they're able to pay doctors to help fund what they should and shouldn't do in a very meticulous way to where it's safer than the average person's usage, right? Like, these guys that are professional bodybuilders that are on steroids are getting doctors to tell them what they should and shouldn't take, what their cycle should and shouldn't be, versus you who's just shoving a needle in your own ass in your fucking bathroom with some shit you found from a guy at your Planet Fitness. That's like that. You see what I mean? Like, there's a difference between, it's like, you know what, like, you have a professional telling you, like, hey, this is what you need to take, versus, like, you just kind of, like, self-diagnosing what you need to, like, input into your body in, like, a safe manner. You're just fucking juicing up in a Planet Fitness bathroom.
If you look at the 100-meter...
Like, that's not... God, my God.
If you look at the 100-meter time...
That I feel like he's slightly skewing. And I don't know the facts on this, but I think this guy is skewing what he's saying slightly, right? What he's saying is right, that the top 7 sprinters have had doping violations, But I really want somebody to fact check whether or not that's doping, meaning steroids. Because there are a lot of banned substances that Olympic athletes are not allowed to use, and many of them are not really performance enhancers, right? Justin Gatlin did use testosterone. That is one that I know about. I'm reading this right now. Justin Gatlin, if you know sprinters, did use steroids. Or testosterone, rather. Asafa Powell used a stimulant, oxylofrin. Christian Coleman got banned for 18 months to 3 whereabout failures. No evidence of drug use. Methylxanamine, clomiphene. Bro, see, they're using shit that's like, when he says doping, I feel like a lot of the time you're going, oh, they're using like anabolic steroids. But a lot of the time it's like they're using shit that's not allowed, but it's not the same thing as like them just fucking shoving a needle in their ass. It's like some weird fucking stimulant that they're using on a day-to-day basis.
7
that
of the
they buy over the counter or get from a doctor.
top 10.
From the Chinese swim team.
Oh, no, yeah, and it's not even just in the Olympics. Who was the one fucking guy that was hitting dingers left and right in baseball? He was on fucking steroids every day. Fuck. He's like one of the best baseball players that's ever played. Was it Barry Bonds? Yeah, Barry Bonds was hitting fucking grand slams left and right. That guy was fucking juiced to the gills. That's what I'm saying, though. I agree with his point. That's like, hey, these are leagues that you're not supposed to use steroids, and some of the best players of all time were on steroids. Hurt his dick while he pees. So he doesn't, like, shove it up his ass and take it out of a bottle and pour it into a cup.
Not to mention, the rules are often outdated.
Caffeine was literally a banned substance until 2004.
Which is why many...
That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying! No, bro, if you go through the banned list, bro, that was my point against what that guy on the podcast was saying. Like, there's shit they'll get banned for where it's like, bro, it's like an antibiotic they had for a fucking illness. And it's like, okay, now that's a violation.
We're excited about the doping checks being dropped altogether. Secondly, Olympic athletes are often massively underpaid.
You know, and then I learned that the average American Olympian only earns $30,000 a year.
The average Olympian only earns $30,000 a year too, because the only it's a house of cards, man. Not a house of cards. That's a bad example. It's a steep pyramid on the Olympic Games. Similarly to the NBA, but the NBA, the top players make the most, but the average players also make a shitload just because they're in the fucking same team. But when you're an individual athlete representing, see, that's what it is. Like, if you're a part of the NBA, you're one of the best NBA players of all time. I was just talking to this about with my friends the other day. Say you're starting player or you're first off the bench. You play every game, every other game. You're a no-name. You know, you're still on the Lakers, but you're a no-name. You're getting paid $5 million a year because you're a part of the team that, you know, LeBron or these other guys are on. You know, Wembanyama or whatever, Jokic, all these fucking crazy players that are like the star athletes. Now you transfer to swimming. Michael Phelps, in his time, was the best fucking swimmer, and it wasn't even close. You know, maybe the second, third guy behind him was known. Or what was the girl this year that just swam and broke a fucking world? Katie Ledecky or whatever her name was. She fucking was insane, you know, and she got a bunch. Yeah, Ledecky got a bunch of sponsorships and a bunch of offers and shit like that. So who's in second place? I don't know. You know, because it's not a team sport, you know. So if you're a part of the Olympic, you know, top 5 and you're not 1 or 2, no one knows you. So it doesn't matter that you're the 5th best runner in the world. You're a nobody in a marketing perspective because that's how they make money. They don't get paid. Countries pay Olympic athletes varying amounts depending on what country you're a part of and how well you perform. In some countries, I believe like Great Britain, just give salaries to Olympic athletes so they can help train, and it like helps prevent them from having to get like 9-to-5 jobs so they can focus on training. Because if you look at the top track athletes in the world right now, Noah Lyles, number 1. You could say like Christian Coleman. You could even say like Asafa Powell. You could have all these other guys that are Tyson Gay, people that still might run they get crazy offers because they're in the most popular event and they're top 5. You know, if you're the 3rd best steeplechase runner in the world, you're probably working an accounting job on the side because nobody watches fucking steeplechase. Nobody knows who the fucking 5th best 3,000 meter runner is because that's an unpopular event. It's like you making them on steroids isn't getting them more money. That's my point. If you get this guy on steroids and you're like, we're going to roid him up and pay him better, you're fucking 6th place, bro. You're not, that guy's not going to get, like, you can't give him a salary.
It's a part of what makes the Enhanced Games so tempting. Instead of waiting 4 years for a shot at Olympic glory and scraping by on low pay, athletes here are offered millions, with events held each year, not just once every 4 years.
How are they offered millions of dollars for getting like 10th? They're probably they have to be dropped like fucking on a dime, dude. Like instantly. There's no way they could keep you on $1 million salary for you to get fucking 8th place taking steroids, swimming the fucking 200 butterfly.
But money isn't the only motivator. At the heart of it is a bold and controversial claim that performance enhancement shouldn't be hidden. It should be embraced.
The companies sponsoring it? What companies are sponsoring the steroid games? Fucking Blue Chew? What companies is fucking getting into this?
Even celebrated as the next evolution of elite sport. But what brand wants to be associated with drug use? The Olympics relies on sponsors and billion-dollar TV deals.
Oh, it's like I was making a fucking foundational point there.
The Enhanced Games, they're uploading everything online for free. Because the real business isn't broadcasting, it's pharmacology. The same drugs used by the...
Oh my god, no! Wait, the substance... Oh my god, wait, no, Goldmine, the fucking companies that make the drugs these guys are taking are probably the ones that are paying for this. Holy shit. Because then you go, that guy just ran fast as fuck, I want to look like him. I'm gonna go fucking take whatever he's taking.
Will soon be sold to the public.
You take steroids? I do not take steroids. If there are like a subsect small group of people that think I take steroids, I'm 6'1", 176 pounds. If you think I am on steroids, you are insane. Like, I have the most average gym build for somebody that has worked out for 5 years, for 8 years, you know, for however, like, consistently. That's cap. It's not cap. I weigh 178 pounds right now. I fluctuate, 175 to like 183.
Illegal telehealth model. Think hormone clinics meets influencer marketing, where the athletes are the ads. It's a bold, brutally profitable strategy. And whether you call it innovation or a disgrace, one thing's for certain, nobody's looking away.
This reminds me a lot of the early UFC days. Everybody's clutching their pearls, talking about how barbaric it was, and now it's seen as like a good Saturday night family viewing event.
On social media, people want to see the fastest swimmer, the quickest sprinter, the strongest human alive. And the Enhanced Games tap straight into that impulse, because in today's world, attention tends to follow spectacle, not moderation. And if someone has to shave a few decades off their lifespan to produce that, well, that's their choice.
Do they shatter records? Do they blow off tendons in the pool? Do they gain too much muscle and just sink to the bottom? Do their hearts explode? We're about to find out.
So whether you're watching because you're fascinated or horrified, you're watching. And that's exactly the point.
The problem is, like, you could have just an unlucky, like, the worst thing that could happen that would ruin the Enhanced Games forever is somebody dies while they're competing. Like, you could say the same thing about the regular Olympics, but that would just be seen as, like, a tragedy. But if somebody died of even, like, a brain aneurysm, like something that has nothing to do with their steroid use, if somebody dies while they're training or competing, it would immediately tie back to the steroids, and then the entire house, it would be a house of cards. It would fall.
This is why a lot of doctors, ex-Olympians, and even ex-doping kingpins are concerned.
I do not think it's a good idea. I think the general...
Who the fuck is this guy?
I do not think it's...
Victor Conti, ex-doping kingpin. Balco scandal. What is that?
I think the general thinking of athletes is if a little bit's good, a lot's going to be great. And then they have a tendency to overdo it. And the next thing you know, they're doing self-harm.
The Enhanced Games promises world records, million-dollar payouts, and a new era of sports. But behind the shiny marketing is a minefield of problems, and a business model that raises some serious red.
Is the $1 million payout for world records being broken, though? Like, for you to get $1 million, you need to be on steroids, perform in the Enhanced Games, and also beat Usain Bolt's 100-meter.
Flags, with the CEO of the USA Anti-Doping Agency calling the organization a dangerous
Like, that's not easy. Being a crazy athlete and on steroids.
clown show. When performance-enhancing drugs become the expectation, not the exception, you don't just push the limits of human performance, you obliterate the guardrails.
Is that the reality is when there's a lot of money on the line, people are willing to do a lot of things.
Just a chemical arms race, where the athlete, willing to take the biggest risk, walks away with the cash, or perhaps doesn't walk away at all. Even the original name, the Enhanced Games, feels like a meme. If the goal is to be seen as a serious alternative to the Olympics, the branding isn't doing it any favors. To many, it still feels like a joke, or a less serious version of what already exists. Just look at the comments. The Olympics...
Yeah, they should just brand it something differently, like that it's its own competition. They should have similar events that the Olympics has, but just do what the IFBB does and just don't test. You know? Or do what like these big bodybuilding or strongman organizations do and just don't test. Like, don't make it about, hey, everybody's on steroids. Just be like, we're not going to see what you're on or not on. It's up to you. And so it's kind of like an unspoken thing where every single athlete is on steroids, but they just don't talk about it. But then they lose the sponsors. Because the sponsors are the people that want you to be like, I'm on blank and blank. My nuts are the size of peppercorns now.
It's just the Olympics. If the best athletes can break records through the current system, why risk it all for this? The first official record was set by Christian Golomev, earning the $1 million prize. But despite the hype, most viewers were underwhelmed. In a suit, doped, and he was only able to chip away 2 cents from the world record. Even the media is skeptical. News organizations are already putting the event's legitimacy in
breaks world record. Wait,
Even
what?
the media is suit, doped, and he was only able to chip away 2 cents from the world record. Even the media is skeptical. News organizations are already putting the event's legitimacy in quote marks.
Yeah, he's not in a Speedo. He's wearing a skin-tight suit. And he's on steroids.
Many are calling it dangerous, especially for younger athletes watching from the sidelines, because by rewarding enhanced athletes with fame, money, and virality, the message is loud and clear. Natural isn't enough. To win, you must be willing to risk your health.
This is the main concern that most people have. This is my biggest reservation and concern is what it says to the youth, what it says to the kids. Like that, it's legitimately scary.
In the words of two-time Olympic champion Kieran Perkins, it's borderline criminal.
The challenge is that people on the outside don't always have access to those resources. And if they see, hey, look at this swimmer who's setting world records on performance-enhancing drugs, I'm gonna go take some performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, and they're gonna get him from Mike from Planet Fitness, right? Mike out of the tanning booth in good old Planet Fitness is gonna come walking out. He's gonna be like, "Hey man, you want some good shit? Come to the back of my Honda Accord. I'll hook you up. I got the good shit, man."
The new risk profile that if it's not closely monitored, supervised, etc., opens up the whole door for a lot more risk.
Let's not forget, many of these substances are banned for a reason. In some countries, they're illegal. And the Enhanced Games is already raising eyebrows in the medical world. Behind the bold talk of freedom and scientific progress is a big...
That's your dealer? No. I did have a personal trainer at a gym I used to go to try to sell me weed, though. And he showed me a picture of it, but it didn't look real. I didn't buy it, but I almost did because he showed me nugs that were like this big. I was like, yo, that looks like some GMO weed. That don't even look real. It was like, he was like, yeah, man, this is like an ounce. It's just one nug. No, it wasn't one nug, but they were huge. Some shit you've never seen before.
Business model built on normalizing drug use, targeting everyday people with promises of superhuman performance. And finally, this model could actually increase inequality in sport, because when access to drugs, medical supervision, and cutting-edge enhancements becomes part of the equation, the athlete with the most money best doctors, and corporate backing will have a massive head start.
I mean, that's what I was saying too. It's like they're going to be healthier because they're going to have doctors that are telling them how to do it, and they're going to have access to higher quality and better stuff.
Sport has never been 100% fair, but the enhanced games can end up being less fair than the very system it claims to disrupt. The enhanced games might sound like a joke, but the questions it raises couldn't be more serious. What do we actually want from elite sport? Is it health, discipline, a level playing field, or is it something more extreme? The fastest, strongest, most enhanced version of the human body, no matter the cost. Because behind the $1 million payouts and the
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's just entertainment. Like that's the appeal is sports are entertaining. You know, what you get out of that entertainment varies individual to individual. You know, you might like the aspect of sports betting. You might like the aspect of seeing people fucking break world records. You might want to see teams compete against each other and see your favorite player put up, 35 fucking points in a goddamn game. Like, you can't boil it down to like, oh, people just want to see records be broken. Like, that's true. But, like, the Olympics also gets views because it's once every 4 years and it's all the athletes coming together to perform. If you're going to have the enhanced games every year and you're going to have these guys try to fucking smash world records and still fail on steroids, like, dude, you're on a fucking shot clock timer here on this being a failed business. Like, in 2 years' time, if they're not crushing things, like, it's cooked. Then you're just fucking constantly in the red on a business perspective. All right. Chat, next video.